Man. Welcome to Bucket City. We got JT, y'all all know him, but we got two special guests today. We got my man Cousin Marcus, the special kid, and Dub, Mr. Nastiness over here. This gonna be a very nasty episode, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna get nasty.
Y'all in for
I already
a
know it
roller
is.
coaster ride. After what I just heard. Did Jimmy Buckets attempt a good or bad shot? Go ahead, cousins. What
Hold
you
on,
think?
hold
Go
on.
ahead, real.
I got listen. Shout out to my cousin. Shout out to my man cousin. That's my big brother right there. If y'all on Clubhouse, y'all know the deal.
Hold on, time out. What? Yo, no way
That's
you
my
said that live.
that's my
Look,
No
y'all
brother.
way
That's
start,
my
you
y'all
said
big
start
that
brother.
live.
already.
No way. Nah.
That's my brother.
Yo, you need a
It's a
tech for that, my boy.
nah.
That's
Jimmy
my
No,
Jimmy
big
no,
took
brother.
no. Go
Jimmy
ahead,
took a
cuz.
bad shot. Jimmy took a bad shot. I get the mentality of going for the
Oh,
win. I get it, and I don't. I even respect it because he had been on fire. He went for it. I respect. I just think like in watching the game when I seen him pull it, I was like, it's not going in. It looked off. It didn't like
It looked
he
flat.
didn't.
It looked flat.
Yeah, it was flat. He didn't look confident in it. It's not, and that's just not the shot like that. I really want Jimmy taking. Like, plus we down two. Go to the Al Horford down there, dog. You still Jimmy Butler. You take it down there, take it to the rack, dog. Get your two. I ain't even gonna talk about whether or not you get draw the foul and get the and one. Go to the rack, dog. That was a rough shot.
I
I didn't
think.
like
I
it in the
think.
moment at all.
I think as. I think as fans, like, and as people who are just watching the game, because me personally, when I watched it, I was like, bro, that's a bad shot. Like I said it, and I've hooped before, but in that same breath, I think I know instinctually. You feel me? Like you see the time, the shit's just ticking, ticking, ticking. You think it's so much going through your head. It's game seven. The clock's running down. We down two. I've been on fire. I think anybody, if you just put yourself, if you switch brains with Jimmy, not knowing what we just seen, not watching the game, I think anybody in that position takes that shot. Like it's personally, he should have taken it to the rack. As us watching, he should have taken it to the rack. But in that moment, nah, like I see every reason why I don't think anybody else would have gone to the rack. I honestly think literally any other star player, Bron, Curry, KD, yeah, I think well maybe not Giannis, but he's probably the only one that probably would have took it to the rack. Everybody else, I think they probably would have yanked it. So I can't call it a bad shot, even though I want to.
What you think, Dub? Since you the Heat fan.
I'm just mad we didn't save it for the last shot. I'm not mad at Jimmy taking a three late in the game. I'm not mad at that. I never will be, especially when he has it going for himself like that. I just wanted them to have the last shot and kill the shot clock. We have 14 seconds left. We didn't really need to rush it like that. But I mean, the whole team wanted him to rush it. So I mean, that's more of a team thing. Eric Spoelstra was saying, "Yo, go, 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 go." So it's like, I mean, when everybody's telling you to go, it's hard not to go. So I'm not mad at the shot. I don't. It's not really a right or wrong answer. I just would have saved it for. I would have saved it for the last shot. That's all.
Hey, real, you think it was a good shot or a bad shot, real?
I think it was a good shot. I think it was a good shot, bro. Cause we've seen him games before that hit a side turnaround three. Like we've seen him hit weird shots, and the only thing that I think that we having a conversation of it's not a good shot because he missed, but if he would have made it, would have been like, yo, look how clutch that shot was. Look how look how good he is. He had that confidence. Like so I think it was a good shot, bro. And then on top of that, like I've been saying this whole time, I'm not like even at the end of the game, if I'm a coach, I don't trust him to shoot a 3-pointer because I don't think Jimmy Butler's a 3-point shooter. But they just need a better scorer. Like I just think I've always believed that team need a better scorer, like a Bradley Beal, a Zach LaVine, a Donovan. They need somebody else that can score because if they would have had somebody like that, I would have trusted the ball in their hands more than Jimmy because I think they might would have got a better shot off, or the shot would have just looked better. I'd have trusted any of them shooting the 3-pointer. But I don't think that was a bad shot at all, bro. I'm happy that he took it, even though that he missed it. If he would have missed it or he didn't make it, I'm happy that he took it because he's the best player on the team. But that's simple
Rose,
for me.
good or bad shot, Rose?
I feel like that was a bad shot because I don't think he had the legs for the shot, and I just felt like he did something. Yes, Rail, you the best player, but I mean, if he would have drove, not saying that, like he could have possibly got fouled. The defense collapsed. He could have kicked it to a better 3-point shooter. You just never know what you could have did in that situation. I just don't trust him shooting that shot that late in the game for the
So
series.
now, so now we know how playoff basketball is called. Sometimes you don't get that call. Sometimes you don't get that call at all. They'll just let it go down and be like, well, you missed it. Or we've seen it happen to one of the greatest players of all time. We've seen LeBron kick out to a wide open person and they miss a game-winning three-pointer. Then it's like, oh, you're the best person on the team. Why did you not take the shot? Why did you not? Bro, you got to understand. He got to bite this bullet. Either he took it, he didn't take it. Even if he would have took it, they would have lost. But we looking at it in an aspect if they would have win, bro. Me personally, I'm comfortable with him taking that shot. Because if he would have passed it to, let's say, Duncan Robinson and he would have missed, you think they would have sat there and be like, well, he made a good decision when
Yes,
LeBron made a good
Are are
no.
you are you okay with him taking the last shot or that last shot?
Who Jim? I'm okay with him taking the last shot, bro.
No, that shot or the last shot.
That shot, I'm okay with him taking it.
you. And again, I feel like if you would have kicked it to an open Duncan Robinson, just for your example that you said, people wouldn't be killing him like they are right now. They would have been like, he made the right play. Duncan Robinson missed a wide open three.
I don't know. We can say
And
that.
and you only down
And
two,
that's all
and,
I'm.
and you don't need three. I mean, you need three to win, but you don't need three. You down two. You go to
So
the
if he
So
would
rack.
have
think
You
drove,
get you go to the rack. You get your layup. Tie game. Get a stop. Make a shot.
but the thing I automatically assuming is that he makes the layup or he gets the foul. What if he gets blocked?
It is what it is. I mean, that's a
does
risk.
anybody?
It's risking every shot you take. I'm saying to
I,
me, the smartest, the most high percentage shot for Jimmy Butler, not for anybody, but for Jimmy Butler. Yeah, it's Al Horford down there. Take it to the rack. If that's Giannis, if that's Rudy Gobert, if that's Brooke Lopez, then yeah, you probably want to pull up. I don't trust that. But it's Al Horford, dog. I'm taking you're Jimmy Butler. Go to the rack.
and then
Did,
plus, I was just my thing is like this. When have we ever looked at Jimmy Butler as like this 3-point shooter and then late in the game with no leg?
But he was been going crazy for the whole series. I mean, for the whole playoffs. So it's like just the last game he had like 4 3. So fuck it, like fuck it. It's Jimmy, bro. That's the main guy of our team. There's nobody else to go to. Duncan Robinson isn't there to alleviate some 3-point shooting. Tyler Hero's hurt. It's like fuck it, shoot it, bro. I don't know who else to give the ball
Um,
to.
so like okay.
do any of y'all think Jimmy Butler was tired? That's why he shot the three instead of
Yes,
driving to the
he
basket
looked
because he
tired.
was out of
He
gas.
had looked tired at the beginning of the game, but I came into this series not believing like the will of Jimmy Butler. Like that's what I've been preaching like since the series has ended. Is like I came into the series thinking, all right, he's good, but once he sees the defense like that stopped Kevin Durant, who has stopped Kyrie Irving, who has stopped not stopped Giannis, but minimized his effect, I just thought like there's no way Jimmy's gonna just be able to will himself to this series, and he almost did. So like I don't know. Like it's just his willpower, his just to say I want to win so fucking bad. I can't, bro. Like I just can't. Like that's some shit I've never seen before. Honestly, as far as me watching basketball, I've always seen players who are good. Like I know what their game is. I know they're good 3-point shooters. I know they're good mid range shooters. Jimmy, it's all heart. Like it's all heart, and that's just amazing to me. That's amazing.
Jason Tatum is better than Melo.
Yo, go about your business, Rel.
He found a way to slander Melo every chance he get.
Every episode we
Nah.
gonna find one.
So cousins, look. I had made a video
Oh
about
my
it on
God.
TikTok, and everybody was like,
Oh.
"Yo, bro, you bugging, yo, bro." All I'm saying is that they put up the same points. One got farther. Not like one played a less defense, and they both had a 20+ point score with them on their team.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Rel, nobody's caping for Melo on this show. You already know that.
Nobody, like literally
Yeah,
nobody.
he acting like it's a defender here. He got to go against.
oh no, I
Nobody.
know it's not a defender.
In a vacuum, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at
You
it.
always trying to slander Melo every single chance you get, bro. Get over it. Let that heart go. Let that
He was
hurt go.
supposed to be the
He's
Nick
looking-
savior.
He's like the Joker looking for his Batman. Like he's just gonna keep saying it till he find a Melo fan that's just gonna go back and forth with him. Like he's just gonna keep doing it. Like nobody here is a Melo fan, bro.
No. See the difference between that. I already found the Melo fan, and I beat him at it too. Shout out to my man, Fat Man.
What you say, Dub?
I came here mainly because you guys were saying that Jason Tatum is better than Kevin Durant.
Oh my God! Now we open up this can of worms.
I need like
JT,
bro,
that's for you.
Yeah,
Hold
y'all
on, who
need
said
the
Jason
record.
Tatum is better than Kevin Durant? What you mean, like right now?
No one has said that, but I said Jason Tatum is ranked higher than Kevin Durant for this season. I said
Ne-
that
you-
religiously.
Yeah, coming into next season, yeah, I have Kevin Durant ranked higher. I mean, Jason Tatum ranked higher than Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant.
No, I ain't saying going into next season. I'm saying
Oh no.
ranking the players this season. Jason Tatum had a better season. Jason Tatum was a better player than Kevin Durant this season.
This is why
This season he was.
This is why I hate
for
the
sure.
this season argument and when we have these conversations. When
Now
we
he
sit
sound
here
like
and
Taz.
when we sit here and ask, right, who's the better player? We don't say
That's a
who's
boring
the better.
conversation.
That's not a boring conversation.
That's boring. We know Kevin Durant's better. That's boring. All right, Kevin Durant's better.
Bro,
In the
so you
conversation.
know this. So you know this. So why are we even
So
talking?
Dub, who's the so Dub? If that's
No,
your-
hold on,
if
real.
that
Hold
is
on, real.
your-
Hold on, real. See how much we're gonna have. We about to enter nasty zone just because I said Jason Tatum had a better season than Kevin
Okay.
Durant. By going by your logic, who's the better player? Kevin Durant in the conversation. That's boring. That's
How's that
boring. We
boring?
know. We
We
know
all
Kevin Durant's
know-
better. That's
Because
boring.
there's no conflict
We all
about
know-
it.
We all know that Jason Tatum, he made the first team All NBA team, which is fine. I mean, KD got hurt and everything. KD was having an MVP year, but it's cool. You feel me? JT played more games, second seed, all that. Cool. He deserved that. So that's boring too. Want to talk? The better player argument is probably more exciting because you had a
No.
bunch of stuff to say about that. But
Ain't no case for
I
Jason
guess
Tatum.
somebody made you walk it back. So it's
No,
cool.
my
I'm
whole
not
thing-
walking nothing back. I never walked any of my takes back. No,
Oh,
I've
Doug,
never
we
walked
don't do
any-
walkbacks on this show. We
I
don't
don't walk
believe in
back.
those. Well, I
don't
don't.
walk back.
I say stand. I don't give a damn about any of that.
He's
Hold on,
coming
hold on.
completely
Hold on.
differently. He's coming completely differently now than he did on Clubhouse. That's
No,
all.
no, you
My question
interpreted.
to
No. You've always
but-
interpreted it wrong. Like I've never said Jason Tatum is better than Kevin Durant. I've never said that. I've always said Tatum outplayed KD. Tatum was better than KD in that series. Tatum has been better than KD this season. I've never said Tatum is better than KD. Point blank. Period.
I need
I've
to
never
get my.
said that.
I think I need to get my ears and my eyes
You
checked.
might have to.
God,
Steph
ears
Curry
and
and
his
this
eyes
Clubhouse
go
thing
crazy.
because that's not what I heard.
Listen.
Mike,
all
you
I'm-
might have.
So,
My
so
fault. Go ahead.
Dub,
Go-
do you at least concede that this year Tatum has been better than KD?
I wouldn't argue against that. I mean, he made All NBA team, first team. I will never debate about
Okay.
that against him.
So-
So
So next season, right? What would he have to do to be better than to just be straight up better? Like Tatum is better right now.
I think it will mainly have to be on how Kevin Durant performs. How Kevin
So
Durant.
so next year, so if he has another season like next year, and he's better than KD next year too, then will you be like, yeah, it's cooked, it's Tatum.
Possibly, but I mean, Kevin Durant was on one this year. Like he was. He had that 4 games this year that, you feel me, got swept by the Celtics. It is what it is. But besides that, the regular season, KD was going nuts. So I'm sitting here like, all right, next year, if Kevin Durant digresses and then Jason Tatum keeps ascending, I'm like, okay, I can see that. But I have to see that first in order.
What if next season is like a carbon copy of this season?
Oh, it'll be hard for me to. Yeah, it will be hard for me to say that Jason Tatum's better.
You said it would be or it wouldn't?
Oh, it would be. It would be hard for me to say that.
I mean, how many in general? Like, how many seasons do I need to be better than you before I'm just better than you?
A whole decade.
Well, I think Jason Tatum right now, if Kevin Durant played the whole entire year, he possibly would have won MVP.
And and this is what I wanted to ask Dub. Like, by this logic, where you have LeBron ranked at?
3.
Number 5.
Let's please,
Number
please,
3?
no, please,
Number
not yet. Please.
All right, next topic.
Yo,
Before this
no,
get
Yo,
nasty.
so
Next
no, it
topic.
ain't been 15 minutes
No.
yet. It ain't been
Oh,
15
no,
minutes yet.
no,
Please,
no,
please.
Stop,
no,
stop,
Not
no,
LeBron. No.
Gosh, no,
Stop,
let me do this.
stop. So, who's the
Can we-
3 people
can
you
we
have
stay
ahead
on-
of him?
Can we stay on
Who-
KD real quick?
No, I'm just trying to understand your logic. If like, how long do they have to be better than that person to be better? Because who's the 3?
Let him answer.
Who's-
Let him answer my initial question first. I just
So-
want to know how many years a
So
person
this
got to
is
be
my
better.
point. This is my point with Kevin Durant and even LeBron James.
Oh my
LeBron James
God, you got
played
her
55
started.
games this year on a team that was terrible. I think people are sitting here and looking at the team's success and trying to equate that to the player's talent. When I'm looking at LeBron and Kevin Durant, I still look at them at the same talent level as what they were last year. So if I see that there, Jason Tatum got better mainly on the defensive side of things. I don't think he didn't make a crazy jump to go near Kevin Durant or LeBron James. If LeBron and AD and Russ was healthy all year, they probably would have made it to a 4th or 5th seed. If Kevin Durant and Kyrie played the whole entire year, or James Harden didn't get traded, they probably would have went to the Boston Celtics. Feel me? So
The Los Angeles Lakers,
Boston
I
Celtics.
can't say that. I can't say that, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, Russ played 70 plus games. AD played 30 something, maybe 40. Brian played 55, like you said. So that means virtually every single game, the Lakers had 2 guaranteed superstars on their team on the floor at one point in time. And
Russ is a superstar still.
okay, let's say that Russ may not be a superstar, but he's still a top 30, top 25 player, whatever you want to call it.
I don't know.
Yeah, they still. Regardless, it was either Russ and AD on the floor or Russ and LeBron on the floor. And just those 2 players on the floor on the same team, that's more talent than a lot of teams in the NBA. I just think, regardless, there's no excuse for y'all not even winning 40 games. They didn't even win 40 games.
Again,
The
Okay,
Washington Wizards.
I'll say this. When we look at the talent of that team and we really pay attention to it, the Lakers defense, we talk about talent on defense, there was almost 0. The defense was terrible. The issues wasn't really for them scoring the ball.
The Hornets don't have any defense.
They couldn't stop anybody. On top of that, LeBron James only played 55 games. So if LeBron James played 72 games, because I'm saying he still missed some time, so 72 games or even 70 games, they probably make the play-in, and they possibly make some playoffs too. Because I really think the Lakers could beat the Pelicans in a play-in game.
Okay, I got
So with that logic, you think there was just no possibility for the Lakers to at least make the 10 seed, even with LeBron playing just 55 games?
I think it was just something extremely difficult to do, and I don't think we have to point the fingers on LeBron like that and negate him as a player when he sat there on the court balling out. There's something that we didn't know that he was still capable of. The dude was going nuts still. Kevin Durant was going nuts still. They both got hurt, and that's why we kind of have this
I just can't give them a pass for that because Paul George played 36 games. Kawhi played 0 games. Norman Powell, I think, played 4 games for the Clippers, 4 or 5 games. He didn't play more than 20.
I remember
and
this.
They won.
I had debates with you guys about the fucking Clippers early in the season. I don't know if it was you or somebody else. And I told y'all this. I told y'all that the Clippers, if we really look at the Clippers team, they were average. They were an average team. They could sit here and succeed without their stars. The Pacers, the Clippers with a well-coached Tyronn Lue, they have better role players on that team. So it's fine. I'm cool with that. They are a better
over a team
Okay, no,
with LeBron James or AD and Russell Westbrook on the floor. They were
So
That-
you're
that
making this.
team-
You're just making this a name thing instead of how the team's playing.
Okay,
together. It's just a
I-
name thing. That's all you're doing.
I don't care about that. You said LeBron is the third best player still in the world right now.
Yes,
Okay, so
Ooh,
who's
Lord.
number 2?
Katie and Giannis.
Oh Lord.
So now,
Okay,
see,
okay,
this is
okay.
why.
Where do you
Hold
have Jokic?
on, Rose.
No. Where do you have Jokic?
He don't like Jokic. Can't you tell?
7 or 8
Nasty work.
7 or 8?
or 6.
Hold on.
I'm down bad right now. He
No.
down bad.
Hold on. This is why I asked him, how many years does a player have to be better than another player to be above him? Because how many years Kevin Durant been better than LeBron?
1 maybe.
How many years Kevin Durant been better than LeBron?
1 or 2. 2. I'll say 2.
Okay,
What
so let's
two-
ask a question.
What,
The
2
last,
years?
so the
last
last
year-
years?
Last year and this year.
so
Oh,
years has
Yeah,
Jokic
so
LeBron?
last year and this year.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's accurate.
he's been. What about his MVP year? Y'all don't think he was better than LeBron that year?
I was
See,
Not
I
for
don't
the-
care
not-
about no damn MVPs.
Yeah, not counting the playoffs.
Kevin Durant
No.
has always been right behind. I think Kevin Durant has always been right
So
behind.
Kevin
LeBron
Durant
James.
became better than LeBron James these last 2 years.
Yes.
Yo, bro, it
That's
takes
nasty.
2. It takes 2.
But then if
No,
that's
I don't think that's
Understand.
nasty.
You don't even
Logic,
understand what's even so
Last
funny
2
because-
years.
Because when
But
we
it's
sit here and
logic.
look at Kevin Durant has always been right behind LeBron James every single year they've been in the league together. So the last 2 years where Kevin Durant upped his game within the last 2 seasons where LeBron kind of degraded a little bit, that's where the edge came from. So what are we even talking about?
okay.
Because last year you can you want to use all of these hurt arguments when it's on the team aspect. Last year, fine, I even give you last year Kevin Durant over LeBron James. This year, you want to talk about hurt? They played the same amount of games. I think what you want to talk about the more impactful? You can still give me LeBron. 30, what?
Whoa.
38.
Whoa,
Like, what do you want
bro.
to talk
Now,
about?
now it's about to get nasty
Okay,
in here.
but-
Here y'all go, get nasty.
I have a problem with this. Has Jokic been better than LeBron the last 2 seasons?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's not crazy to say.
Yes.
Nobody's gonna argue that.
Clearly.
Yes.
So how do you have LeBron above Jokic?
He may
How
have
do you have Jokic still at 7?
Again,
He's a 2-time.
he may have performed better, but I think LeBron James is just a better player.
How long do you have to, like that? That goes back
But
to
what,
Cousins' question. How long do you
In
have
what
to
metric?
perform
What
better?
metric are you using to say that LeBron James is still better in the last 2 seasons than Nikola Jokic?
The
LeBron
eye
James,
test over everything, bro.
LeBron James is still a guy who can score at a high rate. LeBron James is still a guy who playmakes at a high level.
Jokic does
LeBron
that.
James-
Jokic does that.
LeBron James, when we sit here and talk about if you
He's not
get
a bucket getter.
LeBron James on the right team with the good defensive pieces, he's not going to be a liability on defense. Jokic, I'm
I
sorry.
can say that for Jokic.
No, I'm sorry. The defensive
You
battle
just
between
Dub,
LeBron.
before
Bro,
we Dub,
LeBron-
hold on, Rose.
No. I'll tell you
Before-
why. I'll tell you why, Marcus, is a
Go
difference.
ahead.
Because LeBron James proved, specifically in 2020, in the beginning years of 2021, that he was not a liability on defense. He was still a good defensive piece to a team. But what happens is, when you sit here and talk about LeBron James, his main thing is effort. So when he's on a team like the Lakers was this year, he's not going to give as much effort as he used to be because he's sitting here looking at it like, no, I ain't got no help like that, so I'm not going to do it like that. It's a difference between LeBron James not having an effort to do something and Jokic having the incapabilities of being a good defender. That's why.
He was a plus defender this year.
Bro, so you let me get this
These
straight.
analytics are crazy. Like these
Let me get
analytics
this straight.
are wild and
Let-
What? Hold on, Rose. What analytics? I haven't said a word about analytics. So let's not do the straw
because
man.
if we talk about Jokic's defense, that's all you're going to give me.
That's not all I can give you.
I thought you was just about to go into the numbers. If you wasn't, that's
Why
fine.
would you assume that?
Because I thought that was
He didn't say nothing about analytics.
He takes great angles. He has extremely quick hands. He was top 10 in total steals. He has 3 game-saving blocks this year. I'm pretty sure he has more steals and blocks combined than LeBron this year. I think the Nuggets defensive rating when he was on the court, there was a borderline top 10 defense with no other quality defenders on his team. The best defenders on the team are Austin Rivers and Aaron Gordon, and both of them are probably maxed out at B-, maybe. at the max. So I don't see how he. I don't see how
You're underrating the coaching of the Nuggets. Then
Oh,
I'm underrating
no,
the coaching of the Nuggets.
yes,
This is
the
getting
Nuggets
nasty and
the Nuggets
nasty. Oh my god.
the goalposts keep just moving further.
How is
and
it
further
goalposts?
and
Tell
further
me why.
from
Tell me why. Since we want to make this a name thing, you want to make this a name thing. Why come the Clippers were still an average team? Because they didn't have nobody.
They had a really
Because-
good supporting cast, and they're extremely well coached.
Because
But why can't it be the same for the Nuggets?
there's a team full of lockdown
No,
defenders.
that's fine. If you want to say the Nuggets are really well coached defensively, that's fine. Jokic has to be a part of that though, right?
He's a part of that for sure. But I'm
So
still
he's
not gonna
so he could be so I
I'm
could say
not-
he's a plus defender then, right?
I'm not going to dismiss the fact on what I
Isn't
said
being
is-
coachable part of being good at something?
Yes.
Yes. What the hell does that have to do with his defense?
The fact that he was all I'm arguing is that he was a plus defender this year. He added to the defense more than he subtracted from it. He was a plus defender.
I
That's
sit
it.
here and look at Jokic's defense compared to LeBron's defense on the perimeter. Think that LeBron's defense is better than Jokic is at rim protection, in my opinion.
No, but it's not
Are?
you. But now you
Well,
isolating it. But now you isolating it
question.
to perimeter defense and rim protection. I'm just saying overall defense.
Overall
Jokic was
defense, I'm still going with LeBron.
I got a question. I got a question. Who would you say had better defenders around him, LeBron or Jokic?
Jokic.
You say Jokic had better defenders around him?
Yes.
Are you serious?
The Lakers were trash defensively. Are we really going to have this conversation? Everybody was getting beat off the dribble.
I was really hoping for you to say it was about the same. I was really hoping
It's not
about that
about the
because
same.
neither of them have any good defenders.
Again,
around
you're
them. Let's
making
just
this
be
a
honest.
name thing. You're making this.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not making it a name thing. I'm just being honest. Like neither of them have anybody who's really good defensively. No, neither of them. Like neither team has a good defender on it.
But the
And
way
yet
that
the Lakers were
plays-
horrendous
the
defense.
way
Like
that the
horrible.
Nuggets play team defense is better than it was for the Lakers.
But the
So
team
who would you say is the leader of the Lakers defense?
Nobody, literally. Anthony
You-
Davis was, but he was gone.
So the fact that even though LeBron is the better defender, if Anthony Davis is not there, the Lakers defense completely falls apart. Completely.
You
Like,
asked me for the leader of the defense. I don't think LeBron's is the defensive leader of that team.
who's the best defender on the team if Anthony Davis isn't there?
Then it's LeBron James.
And who would you say was the Nuggets' best defender?
Jokic.
The Nuggets best.
Yo, he in the corner. He's sweating. Y'all don't see him. He's sweating.
Oh, this
Shit, it gotta be Jokic.
It really is Jokic. It is Jokic.
I'm
He
not
in the
going
corner.
to give it to Jokic.
Come on.
I know you don't
Give it
want
to- hold on,
to.
hold on.
I know you don't want to because it feels crazy.
No,
Who is it,
are you
Campazzo?
gonna say?
Line.
Check
Tell that
him.
man knock down his king.
Campazzo?
Tell him knock down his king.
Hold on. Are you
Will
gonna
Barton?
say it's like?
Hold on.
You're gonna say it's like Aaron Gordon?
Hold on. I just want to ask one more question because you a Heat
It's
fan. Y'all a
Capazio.
great defensive team. If you had to pull one player from the Nuggets to help out y'all defense, who would you pull?
Capazio.
Nobody.
You have to. It's not. You can't say nobody to these type of challenges.
I'm not
You have
picking
to.
Jokic. I'm not picking Jokic. There's no reason to pick Jokic. I have Bam Adebayo.
You have to, but you have
No, I
to.
don't.
You
I
got.
don't
You
have to.
have
I'm
to
not-
take somebody.
And I'm not picking Jokic.
Okay,
Yo,
You just-
who you picking in?
You
Who you
have
picking?
to.
You're
You
not
have
picking
to, or
Jokic,
you're
who you-
fired. You
Gun
have
to
to, or
your
you're
head, who you
fired.
picking?
You're no longer the Heat GM. So are you just gonna turn in your resignation?
What are you talking about for defense? Are you serious? For
I'm asking.
defense?
I'm,
If I had
I'm
to pick
asking you.
anybody for defense on the Miami Heat team, I'm gonna pick Will Barton probably. I don't need,
Oh my
need
god.
Jokic. Why the hell would I need Jokic there?
This is nasty.
Why would
RJ Barrett is a better defender than Will Barton.
Bro,
Derrick Rose is a better defender than Will Barton.
why would I
No,
pick?
I like my cap.
Why would
This
I
is
pick?
sick.
Like my cap. Like my cap.
I'm not suggesting that Jokic is a better defender than Bam
Oh,
by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying a person who is a smart defender, who has a high IQ just in general, who
I
has
don't
extremely.
need Jokic on the Heat.
I'm
So
not
who's
listen. I'm saying I'm not suggesting that he's better. I'm not suggesting defensively he's better than. Well, no, I would say he's better than Dwayne Dedman. I'm not suggesting that he's better than Bam. I'm saying of everybody on the Nuggets in the starting lineup, why would I not take the center who, yes, he lacks verticality. Yes, he doesn't have the fastest feet, but he has extremely quick hands, top 10 in total steals, ranks super high in like deflections, super high IQ, and I could potentially surround him with gun to my head are arguably the best defense in the league with a
And
great defensive coach. Why would I not take that over? Like what else?
the area he's gonna
What?
and the area he's
like,
gonna
what
be
is-
in the low post, he's not a liability right there. He's not
This
a
is-
liability in the low post.
This is the funny thing. Now you sit here surrounding him with a good defensive scheme in order to protect him. I'm just saying that.
No, it's not to protect him. It's
It
not
is to protect him.
No, it's not a protection.
You just
Everybody,
Protect our white NBA players.
you're trying to
man.
make the
Protect
team. You're
white
trying to
ones.
make the team as good as possible. Don't you want to just have a really good defensive team?
Jokic isn't going to come to my team for defense. He's coming to my team for offense. This is why I don't like.
He
this.
gotta.
I don't even
He
like
gotta
talking-
play defense, Doug. He gotta
He
play.
gotta
This
play
ain't
defense, but
football.
we all know why we're picking Jokic. If we're really gonna sit here and really do that little nasty ass comparison, then we could sit here and pick a lot of guys. When we're talking about bettering our defense, a ton of guys over Jokic. I'm talking about your Robert Williams, possibly even Clint Capella, Rudy Gobert, like Bam.
You gonna name motherfuckers that been defensive player of the year and all defensive first team. Of course, I'm gonna take them over Jokic defensively. Of
I
course,
named you a Clint Capella, DeAndre Ayton, and
Clint Capella been second team.
I'm naming
Yes,
off names
DeAndre Ayton's a good.
that.
Yes, I'm not suggesting that he's an elite defender at the center position.
Is DeAndre Ayton a better defender than Jokic? Is he?
No,
But he about to say yeah. Del about to say yeah.
Notice Noel is a better defender
he?
than Jokic, bro. But nobody's denying that.
Yeah, he is too. I would give you that.
But nobody's
All I'm saying
that.
is he was a plus. All I'm saying is he was a plus defensively on
Oh.
a team that talent wise didn't have really anything
Well, what does this have to do with LeBron James and Jokic?
Bro, the
Why
fact
do you
that
think
that they were in similar positions and one was a plus on defense and one was a minus. That's my argument.
A big minus.
Big mind is due to the
A
team that he
real
was
big minus.
no,
I
he
could
just
say the same. I could say the same thing for Jokic. That if I looked at the team around him, it's nothing here defensively, but we got to make it work. LeBron was in the same position. When I look at what he got, I would have said, "Damn, yeah, this ain't much, but you got to make it work." One
Again-
made it work, the other didn't.
Again, you're comparing the names thing, and you're really eliminating.
I'm not saying names.
That's
All
I'm
right,
saying
bro.
I'm just saying straight. If
we're really talking about, if we're really going to talk about the Nuggets and their defense, they're definitely way better coached. They have a way better team chemistry. They have way better defensive scheme than the Lakers. So that's the main reason.
Okay, what?
if
what
this was 20,
Hold on.
if this was 2013, do you think the Lakers would have a bottom tier defense? If that was 2013, bro. If that was 20,
that
if that was
defense would
20,
still be trash. That defense would still be trash.
if this was 2013, Bron, on this Lakers team, that defense would be trash.
Would be trash. There's nothing you can do about that. If
All
Rudy
right,
Gobert's on that
All right.
team, that defense
All
would
right,
still
bro.
be trash.
We get
You got it, Dan. If you
You got
truly
it, bro.
believe that, you got it. You got it.
subject.
Nobody.
That's essentially saying this is the worst defensive team like of all time.
How is that saying that?
Because
Because you're essentially saying that no defender ever could fix that
Philadelphia
defense.
Sixers, right? When the Philadelphia Sixers doing their whole little the process shit, right? You really think LeBron James could sit here and change the defense of that team when they were the
2013 LeBron, when he was the best defender in the world? Hell fucking yeah.
Bro, don't lie now. Like, come on,
Bro,
Zach,
what?
Don't lie.
don't
bro,
lie.
what?
That team would still be terrible defensively.
So,
bro.
Bro,
so this
do
is
you
what I'm saying.
In
This is what I'm saying.
2013, LeBron, bro, he
And
played
that's why
for the Heat,
and
bro.
that's why I'm saying
I
you're
know he played
essentially
for the Heat,
saying
but
So
we're not.
that's why I'm-
forgetting
we're not-
that
we're not- we're not-
he
we're
played
not-
it, bro.
This nigga spelled cap.
and that's why I'm essentially saying that you're saying this is the worst defense because LeBron was playing at an all-time
Well,
great
he did
defensive
make
level,
JT.
and you're saying it's nothing he could do to fix that or even help it. So
I
I'm
think
saying,
y'all-
okay,
I think y'all
this is the worst
overrate-
defense
I
ever.
think
Then
y'all overrate. No. I think y'all overrating the fact on how one player could sit here and change the whole defense.
You ever heard of Rudy Gobert?
Huh?
The Jazz had the #1 defense last year. Everybody
Yeah,
on that team is a
mainly.
cone. Mike Conley is a cone at this point of his career. Donovan Mitchell is a cone. Royce O'Neal, cone.
So you're
Bogdanovich,
doing the name
cone.
thing again.
Joe
You're
Ingles,
doing
cone.
the name thing.
No, we're
You're
talking
It's
about
not
them
names.
defensively.
Names.
We're talking
You're
about
doing the
them
names thing
defensively.
again. You're doing the names thing again.
How is it names when we're talking about their defensive
because
skill?
because the Utah Jazz, what they did was they did put up a defensive scheme to sit here and move all of the tell all the perimeter defenders to move all of the offensive players to Rudy Gobert. That's what it was, a defensive scheme.
Hold on, I got him. Hold on, I got him.
sounds
Exactly.
Because Rudy Gobert's a good rim protector. What do you mean?
That sounds crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That
LeBron
sounds crazy.
But you just said you overrating how much one person can impact defense. He's the only good defender on that team, and they have the number one defense in the league.
LeBron James on the Sixers, because they take advantage of that in the playoffs. But LeBron James on the Sixers, right? I'm not saying that they will be just as they was before, but they're not going to be good. They're not even going to be close to being good. They're still going to be bad.
They will be a good team, a good defensive team.
You came
out. Because he was that good.
Do you even know the players that we had on our Miami team? Well, why
he was that because he was that good. I know who was. I'm not saying he. I'm not saying he's
because there's more.
What?
There was more.
I know that. I know.
You came out your wait. Hold on. Wait. You came out your mouth and said we overrate how much one person can impact the team's defense, right? That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Yet, when I talked about Rudy Gobert, you talked about how the defense funneled everybody to Rudy Gobert. He's their only good defender. But you just said how one person can we overrate how one person can affect defenses. He's the one person on that team that plays defense, and they have the number one defense in the league. So how is that overrating anything? One person can change your defense. It's literally proven, you literally gave an example of it.
What happened in the playoffs? It got exposed, correct?
Right, because they don't have anything else around it.
How good is the defense really? How good is the defense really?
But wait, you're right. But let me explain why you just moved the goalpost, right? Because you said one person is not going to impact the team's defense tremendously like that. The Jazz had the number one defense in the league over the course of 82 games. 82 games. One person affected that defense to where they were the best in the league. One person. Because nobody else on the team can defend. But you just said one person's not going to affect defense, and you made the point for me.
I said y'all overrate the fact on how drastic of a change that somebody could do that. I said y'all overrated
Utah was never a good defensive team until Rudy Gobert started blocking shots.
That Utah Jazz team is still a bad defensive team, and it gets exposed in the playoffs. Yes, it works in the regular season, but it still gets exposed. It's still not a good defensive team when we really look at it. LeBron James in that Sixers team.
So how many good defensive teams are there in the league?
The number one.
How many good defensive teams are there in the league?
It's a lot, bro.
This nigga
are the Jazz 12. One of them?
No.
Yeah. 2 + 2 = 4.
No, they're not.
So what defenses in the league are good?
You got Dallas. You have Phoenix. You have Miami. You have Boston. You have
take Phoenix out.
Toronto.
Dallas is a better defending team than Utah.
Take Phoenix out. They got it. They got exposed. Luka dropped 27 on them in the first half of a game 7. They got exposed.
Smoke.
Yo, bro.
You said the Jazz get exposed, right? Because of what happens in the playoffs. So we're gonna talk about exposure.
Exposure. You want to know why? Part of the reason why they was getting a lead like that? Because the Phoenix Suns in Game 7, they could not score at all, and the Mavs was carrying the momentum. That was the main reason of why they was getting fucked up like that.
They got no rim protector.
You sure had nothing to do with them giving up 27 points to one player and a half?
Some of the defense, yes, but not all of it. Most of it was the fact.
I'm not talking about them losing. I said nothing about them losing.
Most of it was because the Phoenix Suns. Let me ask you something. If you can't fucking score, right? What does that lead to? Fast break points, correct? What does that lead to?
The Miami Heat couldn't score.
No, that's not.
Your Heat can't score in the half court.
That's not.
Hold on, wait. Your Heat can't. Hold on, Dub. Your Heat can't score in the half court. They're not a good half court scoring team.
That's a fact.
So how do they get all their points?
Off defense.
Transition. What happened?
Hold on. Question. Why is this dumb? Hold on. Because this is a fact. This is a fact. Hold on. Wait. Time out. No. This is a fact. No. This is a fact. The 3 games the Miami Heat won in this series that they just lost, the Boston Celtics. Hold on.
You're dismissing in Game 7. No. You're dismissing in Game 7 the fact of the momentum shifts that was happening. Yes, the Dallas Mavericks were doing their thing, but the fact that
Yo,
the
Rel,
Phoenix
you ugly
Suns
as hell,
literally
bro.
was relying on Jay Crowder to sit here through weird ass contested ass jump shots. Like, bro, come on now. Devin Booker's
The
getting locked
three
up.
games.
Chris Paul can't get separation.
Rose over
And
there
that was
cursing
happening
his
every
phone
single
out.
time.
But I'm only
The
talking
three
about
games y'all won.
I'm only talking about defense though.
So your
And
offense doesn't affect your defense.
The three
it can to
games y'all won.
an extent, but I don't think it's a
It
dramatic
affects-
enough shit. But I don't think it's a
Rose,
dramatic
Rose
enough
know what I'm
shift
finna
to
say.
say
Rose
they're
know
still an
exactly what
elite
I'm finna say.
defense when in the biggest game of their season
You
they
said
gave up
good.
27
You
points.
said good, bro. Phoenix Suns. is
Okay,
a good
even good.
defense.
Okay, if the Jazz aren't a good defense because they get exposed, it's applying to the Suns. So
No,
keep
bro.
going.
The
Not at
three
all.
games.
Not
Hold on.
at
The three games y'all won, Dub. It's because the Celtics had 20 plus turnovers. They had 20 plus turnovers. The games y'all didn't lose, excluding Game 7, they beat the shit out of y'all. Like it's because they it's because they took care of the ball. Literally, that's why. When they took care of the ball and y'all weren't forcing turnovers, they whipped y'all ass. That's the truth.
I know. You want to hear the truth about that Miami Heat series? It just came down to this is why it was so
Let me
hard.
hear it.
This is why it was so hard to judge the Miami Heat series and the Boston Celtics series because it was literally one team would play bad and then the other team would play like shit. It wasn't majority times of why we won the game. It was because of turnovers. No, that's a lie. It was why either the Boston Celtics was hitting all of their shots or the Miami Heat was hitting all of those shots. It was literally we was taking turns beating each other's ass. If you really want to be real. And Game 6 was one of the few close games. Game 7 was one of the few close games in which it came down to the wire.
That was the
I don't
only
even
two
know why
close games.
I don't even know why you even bring it up. Oh, the turnover thing, and that was the only reason why we were playing. That's the truth.
Because the games y'all won, the Celtics had 20 plus turnovers. And the games y'all lost, excluding
Every
Game
single
7,
game. Every single game.
the games y'all won, yes.
Every
Go
single
look.
game.
Go look. Every single game they had 20 plus turnovers.
If
The
you talking
games y'all
talking about in the Boston series, if you talking about
Yes.
one of these,
Yes.
every single game in the Boston series.
Yes. And the games Boston won, excluding Game 7, they kicked y'all ass because they took care of the ball.
They didn't kick our ass. How the fuck you kick our ass if you down by 4 points? What are you talking about?
Yeah, what you
They ain't kick
talking
y'all
about?
ass. They ain't
That's,
blow y'all out twice.
that's kicking somebody's ass. I
Nah,
know
they
nigga,
ain't
you
kick
fight.
your
You ain't
ass.
see that? We was bobbing and weaving. That's all I know.
They ain't kick y'all ass 2 of them games. I may
No,
be
Mike.
exaggerating.
and we kicked some of their ass. So what's the
I
point?
never said y'all
Not-
didn't.
not
I never
enough.
said y'all
The
didn't.
same reason
Not enough.
the same reason you're saying for the Boston
Stop talking
Celtics
about
and
my
the
Heat,
turnovers,
man. Stop
I
talking
can
about
sit here
my
and say
Heat.
the same thing for the Miami Heat and just not making their threes.
Listen.
But
This is
but that's
all.
still
This
all
is
the
all
credit.
fun and
But that's
games.
still but no, hold on, real, hold on. That's still all the
This nigga
credit
says all
to the
funny.
that's still all the credit to be 2 good defensive teams that did not get exposed, like Cousin said. Phoenix got exposed. Phoenix got exposed against the Pelicans when Brandon Ingram was getting 28 a game on 48% from the field. In his first playoff appearance.
Hold on, let me
His
pull a
first.
Ray J.
So the
Let me change
Phoenix
another
Suns,
hat.
you gonna sit here and tell me the Phoenix Suns don't have a better defense than the Utah Jazz?
Can't take this nigga
They're
serious.
both
They
trash.
both got exposed.
The
So
Mad Hatter.
hey, we
Guys,
talk.
yeah.
If you get exposed in the playoffs, you're not a good defense. I'm going with what you
Facts to
said.
you.
You guys,
Listen.
it's a difference. It's a difference where every year it's the same recipe for the Utah Jazz. Phoenix Suns, you're not going to do that to the Phoenix Suns, bro. Like you just not.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
this all
the
goes back to
Suns only
point
been in
that
the
you
playoffs
said.
2 times in the last 7 years. So I would
But
say
yeah,
both times they got exposed.
but
I
you
would say
talking
both
about-
times they got
You
exposed.
But-
talking about a series. You talking about a series and one series in the Pelicans where maybe they was getting exposed. I don't want to know about that.
Maybe.
They were saying tough shot after tough shot. Like they was playing
Maybe.
good defense. It was just hitting. It was
You got to make sure they don't
how
hit
you
them,
stop-
man.
ridiculous.
You know how you stop people from making tough shots?
Play defense.
You pray. You just sit there and pray.
You play better defense.
He said you pray. Crazy.
You play better defense.
It wasn't like the Utah Jazz where it's literally they're getting blown by and blown by and blown by. You gonna sit here and lie like that? So
Oh,
you
why
just-
are they getting blown by?
But this all goes back to the fact. This all goes back
What
to
we
your
talking
statement.
about here?
Hold on. That's what I'm saying. I'm going back to the original statement. This all goes back to the fact that you said one person's defense, we overrated how much one person's defense can affect a team's defense. And we didn't at all because we gave multiple examples we gave the example of Rudy Gobert, and we just went downhill from that. Rudy Gobert affects the Utah Jazz defense tremendously. If I'm not mistaken, ever since he's been winning depoys, they haven't been less than a top 5 defense during the regular season. Yes, they get exposed in the playoffs, but over the course of 82 games, they're a top 5 defense. And you don't get that. You don't get that without Rudy Gobert. And he's the only good defender on that team.
Can I ask you a question?
No, you can't ask a question, nigga.
Who's better, Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown?
Till we not know. If that's not on the dock, I ain't answering that
Next
shit.
subject. Darrell, don't be nasty. Next subject.
Yeah, Rail trying to start some shit.
Well, anyways, Jaylen Brown. But anyways, Luka or Tatum,
Okay.
who's better? Who would you draft?
You
I'm
just,
taking- I'm-
you just went down. You just went to the next worst
Not
one.
a conversation for real.
So everybody's picking Luka. Everybody's picking Luka.
I'm not. But that's just me personally.
Yeah, I'm taking JT still. So
I don't like.
Because it's talking
Luka.
about it's not a conversation. Like, look
No,
at him.
I don't.
Bad.
No, it's honestly, I'll say this: Luka's definitely the better player, and I'm a JT fan. Luka's definitely the better player, and it's me personally. I just personally don't like Luka's play style, even though it works. Even though he's a top whatever ranking you want to put him at, because I'm even gonna put a number on there. Even though he's a top whatever player, it works for him, and he's doing good with it. He made the conference finals. I don't like that. I want a two-way who's gonna go out, give me 30, and then go back, give me elite defense. That's what I want. That's why I'm picking Tatum.
So you said
I respect
you said Luka's a better player. On what side of the ball?
Basketball. Hold on. Now.
On what side of the ball?
I'm glad you asking this. Right? I'm glad you
Nasty,
asking this,
nigga.
right? So when determining who's the better player, it's all about offense and defense. It's all about who's better on offense and who's better on defense. That's the only thing that we're talking about.
Yeah, I
When
just
you
want the
talk
nigga
about-
that could score.
Nigga, real
Nah,
crazy.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
about
'cause
offensive. It's about offense and defense.
No.
You both.
When you ask somebody who's a better player, you should don't ask me who's better on offense, who's better on defense, because now you look like a clown and I'm not gonna take you serious. But I know you, Ray. You my boy. All of y'all. I fuck with all of y'all.
Why he's still looking like that?
I'm gonna fuck with all of y'all regardless.
He
But
ugly as hell.
it goes way more into detail. You got to talk about the
You ain't
tangibles. You got to
shit,
talk
Josh
about
Hill.
playmaking. You got to talk about scoring. You got to talk about defending. You got to talk about impact. You got to talk about so many things to where you can't just generalize it. Oh, he's a better
could
scorer.
say-
He's a better
I
defender.
could
so
say
he's better.
I could say Jason Tatum and Luka scoring is equal to each other. The playmaking, I give Luka the edge on that. The
Playmaking
rebounding,
Edge.
I give Luka that. Okay, Luka's the better playmaker.
There we go.
Okay, rebounding, they both grab rebounds, bro. Then at the end of the day, what after all of that? What it comes down to? And who has it on that? And who has
They
it on
not
that
close.
end?
They not really close as scorers though.
Wait.
Now this way it gets nasty here.
Bro,
Go.
who do you have over who?
I have Jason Tatum. He's gonna give me 27, 28, 5, and 8, and then play way better defense than Luka.
But who's gonna be more
See,
consistent?
the difference between Jason Tatum and Luka Doncic is that Luka and scoring with Jason Tatum, I guess I'll give Luka the slight edge. The playmaking factor that Luka brings and how that impacts the team, it goes a long way. Now, Jason Tatum is a better defender, and I could agree with you, yeah, but I'm not. I will put more money on Luka Doncic sitting here going 15 for 30, and then I would expect Jason Tatum to sit here and go like 3 for 20 sometimes, bro. There's some games he's inconsistent, and he needs to polish up on that. There's a lot of games where he's very inconsistent. He could go 3 for 20, he could go for 18 for 20, and that's kind of a knock for him, bro, because I can't sit here for my number one scorer if I have a guy who's sitting here consistently dropping me 30 ball, good efficiency, 30 ball, good efficiency. I'm going to rely more on that than Jason Tatum scores.
Efficiency overrated.
Bro, don't do this for the sake of argument. Please don't do this for the sake of argument. Because I'm picking JT too. I'm picking Tatum too. But I just prefer a two-way player because
I'm just asking a question.
Granted, consistently, he's not. He has those games where he can go 3 for 20 or 3 for 18 or whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, in those same games, I'm still getting that elite defense. That's why I prefer the two-way player. Now, if Tatum was a consistent guy, getting 28, 5 and 8, like you said, shooting 47, 48% from the field, there wasn't so many games where he's 3 for 20. There's more games off. There's games more often where he's 8 for 20 or 10 for 20 or 14 for 20. I'm probably going to pick Tatum, but there's not.
But I
That's just the
see,
reality.
and I will be fine with that. I will be fine with that. But Jason Tatum has showed us that he's very inconsistent, and we have to. When we look at compare him to Luka Doncic, bro, it's like every fucking series, this guy's just sitting here giving everybody buckets, and it doesn't even matter who he's on, who he's against. So it's like I'm looking at it. I'm relying more on that than Jason Tatum and his defense, because Luka has that playmaking that Jason Tatum can't replicate at all. Like,
And yeah, I never disputed that. I already said Luka's the better player. Me personally, though, I just prefer a two-way. Like me, if you just ask me to build up my team, I'm gonna have 5 two-ways on my team, all 5 of them.
Okay.
I don't care about a playmaker. I want 5 guys that's going to get a bucket and then play defense.
I respect
Jason Tatum, 5-level scorer.
Oh my God.
Nah, he ain't a 5 level.
We're doing that 5-level score.
He a 4 level. He ain't a 5.
Luka's still stuck on
Tatum's not a
3.
5.
Luka's a 3-level scorer.
What's he missing?
He ain't never the 5th. He don't never pull up from 35.
Okay,
He don't pull that far. He don't pull that far.
Yeah,
If he get that in his bag, it's gonna be crazy. If he get that, that's gonna be crazy.
No,
So-
I get the Tatum thing with the defense, but in theory, I understand it. But that's like I'ma always say the better. I'm just taking the better player straight up. Even if Tatum in a vacuum, Tatum is a little more of he's a little more portable just because he's not as ball dominant. He is more athletic. He is the better defender, but you always gotta Luka's just been
Probably better off the ball too.
he's just a way better foundational piece. Like we kind of even seen that this year. Like as soon as he get a coach who really understand what type of roster he got and make the smallest type of changes, boom, the Mavericks in the conference finals. Like it didn't even take nothing but a better coach and Spencer Dinwiddie, and they in the Final Four. Like because Luka's already guaranteed like playoff dynamite.
Or did the Suns collapse?
The combination of both. You got to take advantage, though. It have been some situations where a team is collapsing right in front of you, and players don't take advantage. So I got to give Luka his props for taking advantage of a team that came out dead and looked like they was ready to get their ass beat. And Luka was like, "Oh, y'all want an ass beaten? I got y'all. I got y'all."
So, what's the next topic, Josh?
This is for you, Rel. Because do the Boston Celtics have big 3?
God.
Yes.
What's your definition of big 3? Let's start there.
Yeah.
My definition of a big 3 is 3 players that's a core of the team that can make a push. Hold on, that can make a push. I listen to what I'm saying. That's good enough to make a push to get to the conference or the NBA Finals. I call the Boston Celtics a big 3. And how many times have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart on that team been to the conference finals?
Okay, so with that logic,
how many times have they been to the NBA finals?
No, nigga. No, miss me, bro. Motherfucking Dame, CJ, and Nurk went to the conference finals. You trying to tell me that's a fucking big 3?
By his definition,
when did they do that?
He said they're 2019.
And then they did it time. They did it one time to their 3 times.
Bro, but
how do you count that?
Yeah, I think he's saying you got to do it consistently.
What are you talking about, bro? You're counting 1
again.
to 3.
Okay. Was Marcus Smart a big 3 when they went to the conference finals last time?
Yeah, he was a starting point guard.
Yes.
He was starting.
Yes, he was. They starting lineup was Kemba, Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and I want to say Robert Williams or Al Horford.
So Tatum was playing in the bubble. Tatum, no, because Daniel Tice was the center. Tatum was playing the 4.
So it was Tice. Yeah, Tatum was playing the 4.
Tatum was playing the 4.
Oh, okay.
And
I
then
remember that.
you're so now when you bring up your 1 year to
So
to 4 years of 3 conference finals, now an NBA finals, you want to compare 1 year to 4.
Yeah.
1 year
Hey,
to
Rel, did
4.
When you talk about all them 4 times, he was just as impactful as he was this year. The same time they went to the
Marcus
conference finals.
Smart
Trying to tell
always
me.
been
I'm talking
impactful
about
on that
impact.
team.
I don't care about him starting.
He's always been impactful to that team. What are you saying? I watch these niggas play every year. The Marcus Smart's always been impactful to that team. If you're gonna sit here and tell me he's never been impactful or he just started, you're bugging, bro. You're
I said
bugging.
as impactful as this year.
He's always been impactful. Always been impactful.
Yeah.
He's always been
Yeah.
impactful.
So, Rel, my question to you: do the Miami Heat have a big 3?
Do they?
I don't know. By your definition, they should.
Who would be their who would be their third? It would be Bam. Tyler? Tyler
It
Hero?
gotta be Tyler Hero. It gotta
By
be
your
Tyler Hero.
definition, they would have a big 3. By the definition you just used.
Okay,
That's why
I
I
give it
asked
to
you.
them.
Oh
Okay,
my
I give it to them.
That's crazy. The Miami Heat.
I
have a
wouldn't.
big 3.
I wouldn't.
Yo, bro,
Look,
I
I don't have a problem.
but
I don't
when
have a
y'all
problem
say-
with you call him a big 3. My
But when
only,
y'all
my
say
only,
it-
my only like friction with it is like I would say it's premature. That's all. That's the only thing I would say. It's premature. Like if they
so
win
now,
this year
so,
and they show that like they consistently are the Boston Celtics, that like these 3 guys are gonna be our future, are gonna be our core, and we're gonna contend with them for the rest of however, then yeah, they're a big 3. But
this is why I asked that one question, JT. I asked that one question. When did Golden State Warriors become a big 3? That's all I need to know. Did
who's
they
the
become
big
a big 3 when they won?
No, they
Did
became
they become a big?
when KD got there.
I think so. I think so.
That
Now you talking
so
about
the Go-
Draymond, Clay, and Curry, Joe.
So who was the third? Who was the third person in Golden State Big 3 in 2017?
Clay.
They had a big 4. They had a big. They had a.
That was a super team.
To-
I can tell you
to
that.
me-
That was a
to
me-
super team.
This is why when y'all ask that question, what JT exactly said, that's to me, Golden State was a big 4. Clay, Draymond, Kevin Durant, and Curry.
That
There
was
were
a super
no.
team. Forget
It
the
was
big
it
4.
was never a now one is cut out because you cut out Clay, fine. We're not gonna worry about him. He gives you 60 off of 4 dribbles. Oh, we forgot Clay's on the floor. You don't worry about Draymond. He locks up your best
Was the
player.
Chicago
You
Bulls
don't worry.
was a big 3? MJ
Which
Scott.
one? You talking about Michael Jordan?
He's gonna
Josh,
say
thank you
yes.
for asking that. Josh,
I didn't say
what
that.
I
I
said.
didn't. He's gonna say yes.
Josh,
gonna-
I've said this before. Michael Jordan played with a big 3, bro.
He did say that.
I think.
Nah,
That
I
was a
think.
bad one.
I think. Look, I'll say this. Because now that Rel is explaining it, I kind of agree because Golden State's big three wasn't being called a big 3 till near the end of their first run, making the finals. Like once they got to the playoffs, that's when everybody was like, "Oh, Golden State's big 3." Well, they still weren't even talking about their big 3. They were calling them the Splash Bros. And once Draymond emphasized, "Hey, look, I'm going to be a part of this core. I'm holding this team together. I'm the defense, everything. I'm a part of this big 3." That's when they started calling them that. Like they started getting called the big 3 entering the playoffs. So technically, with Marcus Smart, the way he just became decoy, the fact that he's been there this whole time, we know Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum is one of the better young duos, probably one of the better duos in the league. Period. Just
Wait,
he's
the
he-
Boston
he-
Celtics is a big 3?
That's what
I mean,
Rel's saying.
I mean,
I
I agree with it. I don't have a problem with it.
Nah,
I really
So
don't have a
now
problem.
all right. So Dub, I'm just because I'm trying to get a
I
exact
don't have a
answer
problem with
because I'm willing to be wrong. When did Golden State become a big 3? When they won their first title?
When Kevin Durant got there, the way I judged
They were
not
already
for
a
a
big
second
3.
time. When they won their
They
second
were already
So-
a big
so
3
wait, they
then.
weren't a big
That's
3.
why
They
they
weren't
were
a big 3 in
mad.
2016?
Let me tell you why. When I sit
They
here
weren't a
and
big 3 in 2016?
when I sit here and look at a big 3, you could have a team. You could have a team that sits here and plays amazing together, and have 3 good core pieces. But When we talk about big three, the way I'm looking at it is, you got three first options. So you got a super team. You got three guys who could be a first option. Steph, Clay, and KD, big three. LeBron, Bosh, Wade, big three. Ray Allen, KG, Paul Pierce, big three. All those guys could be on their own team and excel greatly. Draymond Green, him going to the Golden State, him being on the Golden State Warriors. Let's be real, he was good, especially in 2016. But I don't think he could be like a first option or anything like that. I think he's a great defensive piece, and they played great together and all of that. But he just can't, and that's for me. That's my big three, and that's what my definition of a super team.
So you
I
believe
don't have a problem. I don't have a
Klay
problem with
Thompson is a number one option player?
I think.
You believe that?
This is a different argument. This is a different argument, real. This is a different argument.
I think Clay definitely could be a number one option on the team. Now, will he win a championship? Probably not. But
So now, hold on. So now he could be a number one option. Jaylen Brown can be a number one option. Jason Tatum.
Yep.
So when you say when you say be a number one option, what level of success do they have to reach?
Like
Because
Klay
Julius
Thompson
Randle's
could be
a
the
number
number
one
one
option.
option on a playoff team,
No.
in my opinion.
So now,
I wouldn't agree with that criteria simply because it's not about it's not a super team. Like having three number one options like that's more than likely a super team. But I only believe there's only been one super team ever. So just saying it's a big three, that means it's three core players that just like it's a big three. As long as these three guys are together, we have a chance to win a title. Like I think that's what a big three really embodies. I think that's what it's been since really the name has been given. The first time I ever heard big three was when the Celtics did it with Paul Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen. That's the first time I ever heard it. And then Bron had his, and then the Warriors. That's the only time I've ever really heard big three.
Well, a lot of
And
the main
all
factors,
three of those times they won championships.
a lot of the main factors comes from. The reason why Big Three probably originated is probably because of the off-season moves that happen. So yeah, some off-season moves has to happen in order for that to be in effect as well. Well, I think we could pick a lot of three guys who was on the same team in NBA history and be like, yeah, that's championship DNA. I wouldn't consider them like a big three.
I didn't say championship DNA. I said title contenders. Like you
Hakeem
can have
Olajuwon,
three guys on the team, and you can have three really good guys on the team, and y'all not title contenders.
Klay Thompson,
That can happen.
Hakeem Olajuwon, Kenny Smith, and Clyde Drexler. Is that a big three?
That's not a big.
No.
That's not a big three.
Because I think they all got they all have to
Tim
share.
Duncan,
They all have to share a similar level of
Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili.
No, I think all three got to share. I mean, that's closer. I wouldn't say it's a big three. I would say they all got to share a similar level of responsibility. And
I don't think that's a big three.
can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can.
Oh, I was saying I think they all three got to share a similar level of responsibility, and we got to be talking about like, and I don't even do the big three thing, but you got to be at least top 7 at your position or something like that.
Golden State definitely.
But then Golden State was a big three for you, and probably
so if that's the case, no. So
You said they was or wasn't?
for you, probably. I think Draymond was top 7 at his position.
He was.
And this is what
Clearly
and this
top
is what
5.
this is what I'm saying. And what if that's the case, a lot of teams that when y'all say he was top 7 in that position, top 10, back then this is why I say. So back then Scottie Pippen was in a top 10 small forward.
He's probably the best small forward in the
He was
league.
the best small forward.
Dennis Rodman was in a top 10 power forward back then.
He definitely
Yeah.
was.
Okay, so now you have the number one shooting guard, number one small
They're the
forward,
number
a
one player.
top 10 power forward.
Well, why are you arguing with him? He's not disagreeing with you, I don't think.
But now I'm just explaining right now. Marcus Smart is not top 10 in his position.
Shooting
He is.
guard?
He a point guard.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's a point guard.
I would have to make a list. I ain't gonna say he is or isn't.
Hold on, so now
We could do it.
Darius Garland, Johnson Murray.
I'm not taking none of them over him.
Holiday.
Nah, he not top 10.
Stephen Curry, Luka
See,
Doncic.
I told you when you think
John
about it, I
Morant,
don't think he's
Trey
top 10 in
Paul.
his position.
He might not be a
Darius
top 10
Garland's-
point guard.
Darius Garland's better, yes.
Darius Garland is 1 year made him better. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Real.
1 year made
I mean,
him
Marcus-
better, Dub.
Marcus
year
Smart
made him
been
better.
Marcus
1
Smart been
year.
up and down his whole career though. So
Let me
it's
ask
fine.
you this. Let me ask you this.
One-
Right? You
one-
love
no.
using this. You
Who
love
would you
went
take?
up 1
Hold on,
year.
Dub. Hold on,
1
Dub.
year made him
Real.
better.
Real. Who would you take right now? Marcus Smart or Darius Garland?
Marcus Smart.
Okay.
That's nasty. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy.
Hold on. He just told me in the beginning of the show, he said multiple years, 2 years, 1 year made somebody better than the other. Where is the
That's his
consistency?
criteria. That ain't my criteria.
Because
That's
I think
Where is the
I think you could
consistency?
pass because I think you can pass somebody in 1 year if what you did has exceeded basically anything they've ever done.
What you're saying is that every rookie that comes into the league cannot be better than another player that's been here for multiple years.
Darius Garland is not a rookie. He's
So-
not a rookie.
so-
No,
so
but
Rel,
that's
He's
the
not a
logic.
rookie.
That's the logic, and that got to carry over. That's basically what you're saying.
So Rel, what number do you rank Marcus Smart if he's top 10? What number do you
But
rank?
hold on, wait, hold on,
He'll
because
be at the
Real,
bottom of the.
hold on,
He'll be
'cause
at
I
the
can't.
bottom of the list. I'm not saying he's 5. He'll be 10.
Ooh, can we do this, please?
But Real, hold on, wait, before we start, I think like I
I'm not
don't
making
think you
this.
heard,
I thought so.
you heard Cousin clearly, because like I understand the point of 1 year can make you better. I don't like that either, but like Cousin said, Darius Garland already has shown us he's a better player than Marcus Smart ever has been. Honestly, like I've never seen Marcus Smart play as good as Darius Garland did in this career. Yet the other way around with the KD, with the LeBron, with the all those other people argument, LeBron's the top 2 player ever. It's gonna be hard to pass or even do something better than what he has. So I feel like he by nature you have to be better than LeBron for more than just 1 year. Same thing with KD. Same thing with Giannis, Jokic. You have to be better than those guys for more than 1 year just to surpass them. Marcus Smart hasn't reached,
I hope
was
y'all.
never on that level.
I hope y'all know. I
Oh
think.
my God,
Listen, I will even listen. I will collide and I will let this go. I thank y'all so much because y'all just gave me more ammo of why RJ is better than Jordan Poole.
Oh,
Y'all
Oh,
just
I don't
gave me
care
more
about
of
that.
it.
That's between
Oh.
you.
Y'all just gave me more of it.
all
Y'all
right.
just gave me more of it.
Cousins.
Bro.
So y'all want to do this point guard list? Because I want to see Marcus Smart fall now. I'm really curious.
Bro, I think I just named like 10 or 8 that
Hold on, I'm gonna share the screen so y'all can see it.
Let's just go down the list, man. Because
LaMelo Ball.
Yeah,
I didn't even
yeah,
say
we
this
do
gonna
lists
be
now.
nasty. This is gonna be
LaMelo.
nasty.
We can all agree
LaMelo-
Curry's
so
one.
nasty.
We can
LaBello
all
ain't better
agree
than Marcus
Curry's one.
Smart.
I'm asking.
Not better than
Wait,
Marcus.
time out. Before we start, is this just this year or is it just in general everybody healthy?
Just in general, whatever you feel right now, that's what it should be.
Chris
Right now?
Paul.
Okay. So wherever we feel right now,
So-
Dame is still the second best point guard in the league. I lied. No, he's not. Put John Morant.
Even I can't
Hold on,
put
dude, 1 minute.
Luka is 2.
Lucas.
God, Luka's a fucking
too.
point guard. I be forgetting, like,
bro. Why you
6'8",
like
I'll be
Luka,
forgetting.
bro? He's
Because
a
he
point
like
guard.
6'8". He's like 6'8". Like,
Luka's
You're not-
2.
Because he's not a
You're big.
traditional point guard.
I'm not
That's
saying
why.
you're not a no. I'm not saying you're not a point guard, but you're fucking 6'8". It be
Listen,
slipping
right
my
now,
mind, like,
hold on.
it be
To make it more easier, because we're gonna argue about not 3, not 2, not 1, not 5. We're gonna just name them. Then down the line, we could say, "Yo, I flip that
Yeah,
with
this is
that, flip that with because we can name them. Because if that, this show's gonna be 3 hours long of us. No. He should
I
be
like this.
one.
I like this. Hold on. I like this. This ain't even gotta be the top 10 point guards in the league. They could just be 10 guards better than Marcus Smart. Like, so we can just name. Yeah,
If
we
it's
can
10
just
guard,
name
all right,
guard.
then he's not a top 10 guard.
we
If
didn't
it's
even, we
Oh,
didn't
10
even-
top
we got
point
the
guards.
list.
We can just name 10 point guards better than
Bro,
Marcus Smart.
I got the
This
list
ain't
right
even got to be in order.
It's easy. I mean, we got Drew. You got Drew. You got
Kyrie
Curry,
Irving.
you got Trey Young. You got Darius. You got
I don't know about Drew,
you
but
got
okay.
Chris Paul. You got John Morant. You got
Let's slow down. We gotta.
you
We
got
at 6 now.
You got Jamal Murray.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I definitely don't know about that. And Drew, I'm really on the fence with Drew, but okay.
I'm still Jamal better. I
Jamal.
know the
You can
availability.
replace-
We
you can
could knock him up for availability real quick.
If
Like
that's the case, then up there
Did you
too.
but-
put Dame? Definitely put Dame. Yep.
DeJounte Murray.
DeJounte Murray.
DeJounte Murray.
De'Aaron Fox.
No,
DeJounte not better than
No,
Marcus
I'm
Smart.
not.
No, he's talking about
I'm not.
Fox.
no, I'm talking about DeJounte.
I'm not
No,
giving
Wait, hold on. I
Fox.
don't agree with that. No.
I'm not
Okay.
giving Fox or Murray.
No.
bro.
Hold on. We gotta talk about DeJounte. Why DeJounte not better than Marcus Smart?
I think Marcus Smart a better defender, and I don't think the offensive gap is
It's
I think it's
wild.
pretty far.
it ain't significant.
DeJounte put up 29 and 8 this year. He's
So-
a better passer. He's a better scorer.
He's
Marcus
not a
Smart probably
better.
has-
I don't think he's a better playmaker.
He is a better player.
I think he
I don't
is
think
like
so.
I think
It's
Marcus
hard to-
Smart is
His
underrated.
usage. I think if you swapped him right now, it would.
Nope. Marcus Smart, the shots he was fucking putting up in the playoffs was bad, bro. That shit was bad. His offensive
Yeah.
game is bad. I don't like it.
DeJounte's is not a great offensive player.
But
It's
that's only
way
because
better.
we.
He
That's
has
only
a-
'cause we
he's
have
not
the
way
regular
better.
season to see.
He has the same limitations as Marcus Smart.
No. Marcus Smart, his shot selection, bro. It's not.
If you swapped him right now, the Spurs get no better and no worse.
The Spurs get worse.
No, they get worse. They get
Spurs
worse.
get worse.
They don't.
They get worse.
And I like Marcus Smart and his playmaking ability. I do think that's a little underrated part of his game. But nah, it's not DeJounte.
They definitely get worse. They definitely get worse. Like I can't. Like nah.
They'll be right around where they were 10th,
I
11th.
can't
Can't
agree
get
with
by his
I can't agree with that
Marcus
just
Smart
because
can't
like
get by his
Marcus
defensive
Smart.
play to
Marcus
DeJounte's
Smart. Marcus
Even with
Smart's
DeJounte
playmaking-
being able to do that, he's still not offensively. I don't think that's the Spurs
think-
still got
I
a
think
mid
Marcus
offense.
Smart-
I don't think that's worth as much.
Marcus Smart's
How much you said?
playmaking-
How much you said? Did DeJounte
Bro,
Murray
Marcus-
average?
Mark 20. He averaged like 20.
Oh, I thought you said 29.
No,
No, he
averaged
said
like 20.
29 and 8, not 29.
I was about to say, where was this at all season?
No,
Westbrook
but
not.
I think
Josh made the list. That's why he put Westbrook.
LaMelo
I
Even
think
though
as
that-
far as
Come on,
like
even
y'all
though
not
that's
gonna-
not true.
I think as far as like
hold on, are we
hold
going
on,
off for the season or overall? Which one we going with?
Right now, just right now. So you
Oh,
can
right
say
now,
this
never mind.
season.
I
You
can
can
take
say
it.
whatever you want. I'm saying
Okay.
I'll just say right now. Like
Right
no,
now, I
but-
take
Westbrook's
him
not
off.
better.
But
Yeah,
back,
Westbrook not better.
back to this DeJounte thing.
So
I
who
think as
can
far as like,
I don't know
I
if
think
Drew is better than him.
hold on, I want to just speak
Nah,
on the
he better.
DeJounte thing. I want to speak on DeJounte. I think DeJounte, as far as relative to his team, he created more offense than Marcus Smart did relative to his team. Like Marcus Smart, granted, I'm not saying he's a bad playmaker. He's a good one, but his playmaking is only emphasized so much by because the talent he has around him. Compared to Marcus Smart, the next best person on this team is Lonnie Walker, and he was getting 9 assists a game while also putting up 20 points. He's a better scorer, and I think compared to like the talent you have around you, and as far as just being a playmaker, I could say he's a better playmaker than Smart too.
I don't see it. I just don't think there's a significant enough gap to like. It's a wash to me, basically.
Is it because the what we've seen from Marcus Smart in the postseason, we don't see DeJounte anymore, so it's like
Yeah, I mean it's a combination of all of that. Yeah, I don't think DeJounte, when he was in the playoffs, I don't think he was like when they played the Nuggets. I don't
he did
think
have that bad one. He did have that bad game this year.
was he starting though? Was he a starting point guard at that point?
When this year or last year?
No, again when not this year when the Spurs last made the playoffs. That was 2019 because they played the
I
Nuggets.
think he was hurt. No, I think he had a torn ACL that year.
Yeah, so we actually never seen him in the
Can we
playoffs. So I
say Fred Van Leet was better than Marcus Smart?
can't even gauge that. I don't
No,
think so.
Hell no. But nah,
So-
I think
So
I
we
think
send-
if the
What
Celtics had
makes Drew
DeJounte
Holiday
Murray,
better?
they'd be a more dynamic team.
He's a
I
better
think
defender,
that would.
better
I
scorer,
think they would be
better
better with
defender,
DeJounte.
scorer, facilitator.
Hold on.
There's nothing
What
at least
makes-
to me that Marcus Smart does better. Nothing.
Yeah,
Then Drew Holiday?
Nothing.
Yeah,
But be
he
more,
does
the
nothing.
only thing
He
you
does
can say
nothing.
is more
Listen.
consistent. More consistent. That's it.
I'm
That's
not
all.
gonna
he's
lie.
not more consistent.
I've been
He's not even more
feeling
consistent.
I've been feeling like this last year from Drew Holiday. Even when he won that NBA championship with Giannis and them, I'm not gonna lie, bro. We kinda for his defense, we overlook his badass offense.
Yeah,
Can we say Marcus
With
Smart has
his-
bad
he be
offense too?
he be
No,
fucking
because
up.
this even
What
He,
good
he be
offense does
fucking up.
Marcus Smart
I think
have?
that's the same thing that applies for Marcus Smart.
hold on, but this hold on, because this playoffs and last playoffs, we've seen this nigga in certain aspects go 9 of 24. Not bro, then one of these playoff games, a few of these playoff games, he took 30 shots and made less than 10. Like we're not gonna
He's not a player
his
who should be taking
defense,
30 shots in a game.
y'all overlooking what he like. I'm not gonna lie, and even though I'm not even gonna argue with a whole lot of numbers stuff, but even when you want to look it up, bro, he's not even Marcus Smart is even the past 2 years. Marcus Smart been more efficient than him.
You good, Rose?
Like he's been more efficient than him, bro. So like to me, I think it's closer than what it is. A lot of people are like, oh, his defense. I think y'all let his defense. I think y'all let the defense get away with a lot of the bullshit he does on the offensive side. A lot of the bullshit he does.
That's true if you just generally criticizing Drew Holiday, but compared to Marcus Smart, even with all that, like Drew Holiday is Marcus Smart if you just give him like slide up all his sliders like 1.5.
Oh hell no.
If you
This
take
nigga
Marcus
said
Smart and raise up every attribute 1.5, you get Drew Holiday.
Nah, I think
They the same
Marcus
player.
Smart.
And
I think Marcus
and
Smart. I think Marcus
and
Smart could be
real
better.
also, I just looked it up. Marcus Smart shot so far for the playoffs. Marcus Smart is shooting, if I'm not mistaken, 38% from the field. Drew ended his playoffs shooting the same amount with more points.
And Drew had to be miscast because he became the second scoring
Yeah,
option.
and it was
When
on
he
a
really,
higher volume.
like you brought up that 9 for 30, Drew Holiday should never take 30 shots in an NBA game. If he has to do that, something is wrong, and something was wrong.
Can you put
And
Darius
Drew's on a
Garland
higher
list?
volume. Drew's on a higher volume.
Yeah, Garland is on that list too.
So it looks like Marcus ain't top 10.
Marcus definitely not top 10. I don't even know we had to do this.
Nah, bro.
You got to put it.
He's dying on that.
Something we've learned over the last few days is you got to put stuff on paper to really crystallize it. Because I've been hearing some strange things in strange places.
Yeah, my biggest beef is Drew.
Bro, you said earlier today you can admit when you're wrong, bro. Marcus Smart not no better. Marcus Smart not a better offensive player, and the defense. If you want to give it to Mark for just this year, you can, but it's still not a big gap. It's not a gap at all, to be honest with you.
He ain't better.
All right,
He
he
ain't
may
better
not
than.
be top.
He's still not better than that man defensively. I don't care what trophy he got.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
and
I
that's
agree
another
with that.
thing. You still can just easily say he's a better defender than Marcus Smart. You still can't see it. Like that was nah.
Can we?
Oh my God! Now he's trying to be
He
me.
is filthy.
It's okay, bro. It's okay.
I like trophies, man. DPOR. Yo, you know who else like trophies, Josh?
Who?
The Larry Bird Eastern Conference Player. Nah, man.
Well, we all know he should have won it, but that's neither here or there. We all know who should have won that, but okay.
Man, nobody care about that trophy, man.
Your man just
Nobody
putting up
gives a shit about
20.
that
Your man just putting up 22.
So this is
Homie
perfect.
putting up
So your
27.
Your man's won a trophy nobody cares about. That's cool. They all say they don't care about the trophy.
Yeah, I don't
All
care.
right, so that means Russell Westbrook bum ass MVP don't mean nothing either.
That's different. You can't control
if you no, that makes sense. If you say you don't care about MVP, but you got to say that.
I don't care about this Larry Bird Eastern Conference MVP. Let me rephrase my statement.
No, I don't care about it either, but the best player got it on that team.
Because by that logic, you might as well put Jason Tatum up there with James Harden and them. Where every person won an MVP in history.
No, does James Harden have a timeout? Does James Harden have a Finals MVP?
Next topic.
Go about your business.
What have they done? The anti-Jokic sentiment has led to this. This nasty
All I'm
work.
saying is that does James Harden have a Finals MVP?
Next topic.
Jesus.
Which
Christ.
backcourt do you trust more, Tatum and Brown or Clay and Curry?
Clay Curry, stop question.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna give me. gonna take Clay and Curry because I've seen them get it done before.
So this season, you trust Clay Curry?
Tatum and Brown not even a backcourt.
I was about to say that too.
Yeah, that's really a front court. That really is a front court, bro. Yeah.
Whatever. Close.
That
You
really-
should have just said
Get what
duo.
I'm saying.
No, it's still Steph and Clay.
You gotta go
Even
with them
though-
just based off history. You have to.
Yeah, you can't. It'll be disrespectful.
Well, I'm being disrespectful. Then.
Oh my, Josh, yo, yeah.
So why do you
yeah,
trust
hate
Tatum
for
and Smart
Curry.
more? I mean Tatum
Nah,
and
yeah.
Jalen more.
Off
Hold
of
on,
this
hold on.
season, what I witnessed with my eyes, they've been more consistent.
Josh, that doesn't even make sense. Josh, that doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
but you didn't. But that wasn't the frame of your question. It was just who do you trust more. It didn't say based on this season. It's just who do you trust more.
So, Josh, based off this season, who went
If
to
Steph
more,
and Clay is
who
in the
went to more
finals,
game
I trust
sevens?
them over every backcourt ever.
I said off of this
Josh,
season, even though
this season, who went to more game sevens?
hey, listen, who faced tougher
Who went to
competition?
more game sevens?
Who faced
You
tougher competition?
you
The question gonna go
bobbing
both
and
ways. It's gonna go
you're
both
bobbing
ways.
and
Next
weaving,
competition,
bro.
bro. Next
It's gonna go
question,
both
bro.
ways. It's gonna go
Like
both
Samari
ways.
said, next question, bro. Next question. Come
You
on.
bobbing
Come
and I
on,
don't
bro.
give a fuck about what she says. She ain't on the
That's
goddamn
disgusting.
show.
That's disgusting, bro. That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it
That's
ain't no.
disgusting, bro.
So now
That's
I'm gonna
disgusting,
ask you, Josh. One duo has been to the most of what, a game 6?
Yeah.
You don't
One
even have to
game
argue this. You really don't even have to argue
That's
this.
real. Real love to argue.
No, Josh wants to be nasty and say,
This
I
nigga should
don't
have been a
know.
lawyer.
I don't know. I had her dreams to be a lawyer, but never mind.
Yo, worry about Marcus Smart being top 10. That's what you need to worry about.
Worry
Yeah,
about
it's
Westbrook not. Worry about. Hold on, you telling me to worry about
Next
Westbrook not
question,
shoot off the side of the backboard?
Listen,
Next
him and
question,
RJ both in the same
I'm not
spot.
sure. I'm not sure how these talks got over to this big 3 talks got over to Marcus Smart being top 10 to got over. I don't even
Nah,
know where
but-
it's at right now.
Nah,
But
to me, my personal opinion, the Boston Celtics is a big 3, bro.
Anyway,
And I'm not going off a 1 year aspect. I'm not saying that they got to do it one time,
It's
and
cool.
I'm just chucking them up
it's
to
cool. It's cool.
to a
every
big
rookie,
3.
every rookie that comes to you, bro, is just not better than all the vets. It's all right. We got you.
And that's not. What are you talking about? That's not. That doesn't even make. That's what I said. That's what I said.
That's what
Show
you're
me
implying.
where. No, show me because
That's
he's not
what
a
you're
rookie.
implying.
Darius Garland is not a rookie.
That's
What
what
are
you're
you talking
implying. You're
about?
telling me that a player cannot
Yeah.
make that big of a
So
jump.
that's what he's saying. Yeah.
hey yo, Rel,
John
just say
Morant-
speculation. Just say
Hold on, wait.
speculation. That's all you gotta say.
John Morant
Speculation.
can't be better.
Speculation.
John Morant can't be better than James Harden this year, at all.
Yo, bro, who did
Shamari,
I
that's
come out and
nice.
say?
Like
No,
you.
no. When I'm just
That's
trying to
what you're
figure out.
implying. That's what you're
No,
That's a
implying.
bad.
no,
That's a
I
bad
am
example.
not.
That's a bad example.
No,
You
I
should.
am
You should.
not.
You should have said John Morant can't be better than somebody like
Yeah,
Kyle Lowry or Fred VanVleet. Just
No,
because
yo,
Kyle Lowry
bro.
and Fred
All right,
VanVleet
so
has been in the league longer.
no,
No,
what
James
y'all
Harden's a
trying to
perfect example,
He
bro.
see?
said
This is
Kyle
why.
Lowry.
This is why y'all should ask. This is why y'all should ask questions and say, "You're implying this." I never said a rookie cannot be better than a vet. I never said that.
Speculation. That's
But
speculation.
that's the hold on.
Never said that.
So look, so this is what you said, right? You said you have to be better than somebody for basically you're saying you have to be better than somebody for a significant amount of time. 2 seasons at minimum, kind of sorta. So if I expand that logic, that means a rookie, no rookie, that means all the worst players in the league are all the rookies.
So now,
Say speculation,
I
Rel. Just
love
say
this.
speculation.
No, Josh, I love this because what they're trying to attack me with. Do you know why I asked? So how somebody played better 1 year and became better? Because you know who said that first in the beginning of the show, and I re-asked the question, and now y'all saying I put it on me. You know who said, "Oh, you have to be better than that player for multiple years to be better"? Do you know who said that? And I reiterated the question so I can get it. So now.
Who said that? Who said that?
You said
Shamari.
somebody. Dub, you said in the beginning of the show you have to be better than somebody for multiple years to be better. So
You
when
did
I
say that.
asked,
Comparing.
when I asked that
You did say
question,
that.
Rel,
You
when
did
I
say
asked
that.
that,
We was
Now,
comparing.
see,
We was
now when I
comparing
asked that
Jason
question,
Tatum. No.
I'm a
We
bug
was
out.
comparing Jason Tatum and Kevin Durant. That's what we were
Okay.
comparing. And my main thing was if I see Kevin Durant regress, because I don't even think Jason Tatum had that much of a better year. I don't even think it was that much better. I think KD was just hurt. So there's that. Then number two,
Oh
I
my
said if
God,
KD
that's
regresses
nasty.
and JT keeps ascending, I said yes. Then I would sit here and say that. But as of right now, I'm not going to sit here and say that Jason Tatum is better than Kevin Durant because of who Kevin Durant is as a basketball.
But listen, what you just did, you applied, you assumed about what I said and said, so a rookie can't be better than somebody already in the league. When I just used your words alone against you, that you said out your mouth that I never said a rookie can be better. I never said a rookie
That's
can't be
actually
better than a
true.
vet.
How is
I
it
That's
not?
never,
true.
I never, hold on.
I just reiterated. Wait. What do you mean fight back? I reiterated what I said in that statement between Jason Tatum and Kevin Durant. And even then, we was walking through this whole thing before we got sidetracked with Jokic. I said that that Jason Tatum, if Kevin Durant was healthy the whole year, he probably
This is going nowhere. Like this is going nowhere. Like both of y'all are arguing against points that y'all don't even believe in. So I feel like this is
He's trying to say I said something which I didn't. I didn't imply any of that.
Okay, exactly. And you don't believe in that logic, and neither does he. So next topic.
Shaq, Bird, Kobe, Shaq, Bird, Kobe, Curry. Rank them in order.
You said what?
Shaq, Bird, Kobe, Curry. Rank them in order.
Shaq, no, Bird,
Kobe.
Shaq. What? Bird, Shaq, Kobe, Curry.
Kobe, Bird, Shaq, Curry.
Why?
Kobe's probably better scorer than Bird. I would say Kobe's a better defender than Bird. Playmaking is probably a wash because Kobe's a underrated playmaker. So you got that. So there we go. I think you guys have a problem with Kobe being over Bird, so I'm gonna just address that.
No, the whole thing.
I think
all right, then Bird. Go ahead.
He don't even got an argument for that. He don't even got an argument for that.
Oh no, because
so now I have to argue because I just thought about it in my head. Now I have to argue every single individual player on why I have Bird over Shaq and then Shaq over Kobe. That's what I have to
welcome
do.
to Bucket.
No, not all.
I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it when I said
I would too.
I think Larry Bird. Go ahead. You got it.
Oh well, we had a debate on Clubhouse the other day. Somebody asked me like, who would I prefer, Shaq or Kobe? And I said I prefer Kobe, but I've already explained earlier in the show. Like I just like two-way players. But if I had to rank them in order, I mean Shaq he doesn't have to be first, but me, I'm gonna be. I don't know. I'd probably want Bird first out of any of them. Me personally, I want Bird over either one of them. Bird, I'd probably go Bird.
Like picking
Bird,
your team,
Shaq.
like building your team, or
I lied. Well, Shaq, Bird, Kobe, Curry. I think that's what I'm gonna go in.
for building your team.
Yeah, Shaq, Bird, Kobe, Curry.
I'm just not with it.
I have a reverse affirmative action team, so Bird's last.
How about you, Marcus?
That's bad, but I respect it. I'm taking Shaq first. I think he was just his peak was clear as everybody.
Right.
And he was just the most impactful of all of them. Does had a longevity, even though he had some availability issues, but I think he was the best more than everybody else too. Bird and Kobe is a debate. I would go Bird though. Just off leadership, instant impact. He don't got the longevity of Kobe, but I think what we did get out of him and the weight that he carried over the course of his career, I would go Bird. Plus, I would probably give him a slight edge when it comes to peak too, the slightest edge.
3 straight MVPs.
You said what?
3 straight MVPs. Slight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's still slight. I think both of their peaks is like tier 2 peaks.
Who?
Kobe and Bird.
I think Kobe and his ability to work with the pieces around him and impacted greatly to actually be able to compete. Mainly what he did was like Smush Parker, Kwame Brown in the playoffs. I mean, and winning that team to the playoffs. What he did as soon as he got help from Paul Gasol, um, and Andrew Bynum, he went to 3 straight finals. I think that impact that Kobe brought, where as soon as you actually got him help, he went to 3 straight finals and actually was playing great all-time level. It's like I think that's probably the easiest person to build around because he doesn't need a lot. People, you talk about Shaquille O'Neal and Larry Bird and even Curry, all those guys, when they won their rings, probably had just as much or greater help than Kobe Bryant. Kobe had, I mean, Shaquille O'Neal, I mean, Shaq had Kobe too. And Kobe had Shaq for the first time. And Shaq won with Dwayne Wade, where
Who
Dwayne,
was just as good as Bird on Bird's team that won?
Kevin
Who was
McHale was
just as good as
fire,
Bird?
Robert Parrish was fire, Danny Ainge
They
was
they were just as good
They
as
won.
Bird. Or
Yeah, no, that's not.
wait, just as good as Bird. What do you mean just
I'm
as good?
asking. I'm asking.
I'm
I'm
Like
not
in the
talking,
letting you know.
same,
I'm
like in
talking,
the same tier as him.
I'm talking about the team, bro. Like the
Oh, I
team
thought you
is
were
the one
implying
team.
that. I thought you were implying that like Bird's help was like around just as good as him. I thought that's what you were implying. Never mind.
Nah, but so I'm looking at Kobe and what he did getting to 3 straight finals with the lesser help than everybody else on that team. I'm just like, bro, like Kobe's number one on those guys.
Who's better, Kevin
Yeah,
McHale or Paul Gasol?
Kevin
Kevin
McHale.
McHale.
Probably.
Okay.
Andrew
Well,
Bynum.
I mean, when we compare it relative to like the '80s, Kevin McHale was one of those dudes. Paul Gasol, I think Kevin McHale in his time was better in his time than Paul Gasol in his time.
I think Kevin McHale's better. Period. I think Kevin McHale is one of the best low post scorers ever.
You can say that.
Mm.
I think in a
Like
vacuum, they not far off as players.
next to Hakeem, next to maybe Kareem, next to Duncan, Kevin McHale can stand with all those guys as far as like in the low post scoring. Like
For
just
sure.
scoring in the low post. Like I think Kevin McHale can hang with all those guys.
This nigga started
Kevin
laughing.
Kevin McHale and low post scoring can hang with Hakeem.
Yes.
Yo, I was just about to
Like
ask
just
that, bro.
this
I ain't gonna lie.
like just as far as scoring in the low post, yes. If I'm not mistaken, I think Hakeem used to work out with Kevin McHale. Or used to get
No,
trained from Kevin
that's
McHale.
that's real talk. That's not a yeah. That's real talk.
That's
Just
real?
low post, not everything, but just low post. Yeah, he was with the best of them.
Yeah.
So I'm giving Bird the slight edge over Kobe, and then Steph is last.
Hold on, Bird the slight. So who y'all got as y'all number one? Because I got Bird
Shaq.
as my
Shaq.
one.
Nah,
Shaq.
Shaq.
I
Get
don't
that
know.
fat
I
ass
think if
man.
if Shaq if Shaq if Shaq isn't paired up with Kobe, I don't think we look at Shaq as just crazy ass sports like we do.
If
Maybe we
Kobe
don't
isn't
look at
piled up
Kobe
with
in the
Pau
same light.
Gasol, we don't look at Kobe the same.
Yeah, we don't look at Kobe in the same light if Shaq isn't there either. So I mean, I guess it works vice versa.
Yo, y'all gonna stop disrespecting the man that changed the game of basketball.
Josh, you don't
The
even like
greatest
Curry.
shooter
Shut
of all
up.
Yeah.
time.
All 4 of them changed the game of basketball.
Not
You
like
don't even
Curry. You see
like.
what Curry did?
All 4
You
of them
don't
changed the
even.
game of
You see what he
basketball.
did?
Josh, you don't even like Curry.
Three-time
Shut
NBA
up.
champion.
All 4 of them changed the game of basketball. All 4 of them did it.
Listen. My man Curry got niggas out the league. Like niggas can't get jobs because of Curry, man. The other 3 ain't do that.
That's true. It's not a good
Shaq
thing though.
changed offenses. Shaq made
But not like
the
Curry,
league.
man. He
Shaq
cannot
made
have
the
four
league
in their
allow
guard.
That's
zones.
not.
Shaq changed
That's
rules.
not.
Shaq,
That's not true.
Shaq made the
That's not
league allow
true. That's
zones.
not true. That's not true. Curry didn't get people out of the league. People got their stuff out of the league.
No, Curry did.
No,
Curry did that.
people got their
That's
stuff out of the
crazy.
league.
No, Curry
People got
did
their
that.
stuff out of.
But
No, all right.
who else
Case
didn't
in,
give their
hold
list?
on.
Who else didn't give their list?
No. Case in point. Nah, everybody get their list. Case in point. When Blake Griffin was dunking on everybody, what did he add to his game?
Shooting and playmaking.
So now, if you work on your game and you add to your game, are you able to stay in the league?
Let me ask you this: if Curry
Are
never
you,
into no, because
Josh, if
look,
you're
I
able
get
to
what you're
work on
saying,
your
but
game
listen,
and then
I'm
I
gonna give
stay
you
get
the
in
other
what
the
you're
game,
side
are
of the
you?
saying, but
argument.
listen.
I'm about to give you the other side of this argument, right? If Curry doesn't shoot the 3 ball like the way he does, and the Warriors don't play small ball and become successful, what happens to Blake Griffin?
Nothing.
Do you think he's still going to shoot the ball?
He was shooting
He
before
still like,
he was even a superstar.
and you got to understand, working on your game and extending your game is just being better. So now when I say they've decided to not get better, that's on them. Curry did not force anybody out of the league.
Yes, he did.
Get better.
The Warriors
Get better.
organization, when they started running that small ball lineup, that's when you see more bigs step out there and shoot the 3 ball. True or false?
Spencer Hay. So you remember Spencer? Not Spencer Hayward. Spencer Haas. Whatever the little Spanish guy was on the 76ers. In 2000 and what? We could do 10, 11. When he was shooting threes, where was Curry at? When Dirk was shooting threes, where was Curry at? When Tony Kukoc was shooting threes, where was Curry at?
Okay, you're gonna have your outliers. Did I ever say everybody in the league? Did I ever say
When
that?
Lamar Odom, the
in the
power
league?
forward, shot a 3, where was Curry?
Again, bro, did I say everybody? Did I say everybody? Did I say everybody?
So now, all I'm telling you is work on
Y'all
your
arguing
game.
over words. Y'all arguing over words.
Work
Why
on
are we
your
arguing over
game.
Because he
semantics?
Rel like to play semantics all the time.
Work,
Like I
no,
never said
work
everybody.
work on your game and become better. That's all you have to do.
So, Rel, the average big man that comes out of college, can they shoot the 3 ball? Yes or no?
The average, most likely.
Yes.
Now, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, before Curry and the Warriors, did they shoot the 3 ball, or did you have traditional big men?
You had traditional big men, but you
Oh,
still had big men that could. You still have big
There
men
we
that
go.
could step out and shoot threes.
So he still changed it, right? Because now the average big man that comes out of college is shooting a 3 ball. If they can't shoot
Even
the
if
3
he
ball, more than
changed-
likely a team is not going to want them.
Josh, that's
Unless
not
they're
what I'm
really
saying.
desperate. That's
He
what I'm saying.
changed
I get
it.
what you're saying, but that's what I'm saying.
He changed it, but people not being in the
Okay, he
league.
changed it. So what we arguing about? If he changed it, what you just said it.
Even if
But
he
Josh,
changed the game, that don't put him over none of them other 3 guys.
He's a
He
better
never
shooter than all of them.
say no.
He
Y'all
a better
arguing
what?
over.
He's a better
But
shooter
y'all
than all of
arguing.
them.
Y'all arguing words, right? He never said
Yeah.
Curry didn't change the game. His thing was Curry got people out the league, and I kind of agree with his point. If you work on your game, you stay in the league longer. Like that, like just that point, I wouldn't give that to Curry. Like, of course, he changed the game. You give the credit of that to him. But as far as getting people out the league, nah. You work on your game, you'll stay in the league longer.
Shit, Chris Bosh shot 3-pointers. He was known before Curry. And you can't say out. You can't say outliers because outliers is what? 1 or 2. I just gave you 5 people. I gave you 5 people. I gave you 5 people.
You named
Hey
Spencer
man,
Hall.
what's the next one? What's the next one? What's the
Down
next
bad with
one?
that one. Spencer Hall.
I gave you 5 people, bro.
I'm gonna give you 2 teams.
And
y'all
you
tell me which
can't
one
and
y'all
you
take.
can't say I'm down bad because you knew exactly who I was talking about once I said his name and explained who it was.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously, I know who
And-
Spencer
and-
Hawes was. Like,
Why?
I started watching
why did-
basketball when Curry entered the league.
But why you knew who he was? Because it was interesting that a big man was shooting 3-pointers,
No, because
right?
he was garbage. I remember the garbage plays.
Team one's winning. Team one's winning. Team one's winning. Are you doing this? Dwight Howard is killing Jokic.
What?
Huh?
Dwight Howard is killing Jokic.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
Dub,
this show about
hey,
to
Dub,
go
I
on
got
for
a
a while.
question. Hey, Dub, let me ask you this. Well, what post move is he killing him with?
Oh my
Great
God.
athleticism.
He don't, yeah, I agree with that. He don't need
Great
no moves.
athleticism. He's gonna body the fuck out of him.
Okay. Jokic a big boy. He ain't no weak.
And he got LeBron lobbing him the ball and CP3. Bro, Jokic is in for a nightmare.
Is anybody taking team 2?
Me?
Why you taking team 2, JT?
That's not even fair. You got KD, LeBron, Kobe on the same team.
Yeah.
I got Giannis, Jokic, and Luka. What are we doing?
No, bro, that's not
I
fair.
hate when y'all do that. I hate. That's not
I was
fair.
like Giannis, Jokic, and Luka. I think just like first of all, this is like I feel like defense won't even fucking matter because no matter what, everybody's gonna
No.
It matters.
Defense is crazy.
Okay,
It
first-
matters.
first-
Hold on,
So-
that's
so
what
let's-
hold on. Let me
go ahead,
let me
JT.
hold on. Yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't. Let me rephrase it. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm just saying it's like no one's gonna get stopped. Like no, I don't see nobody on team one.
Devin
stopping
Booker's
Luka.
getting stopped.
Oh yeah.
Jason
Well,
Tatum is not gonna have a very good night.
I don't know about that. I can't 100% agree with that. I
Luka's
can't.
Jason
gonna
Tatum's not having a good night on LeBron James, bro. Come on, stop.
Why not?
Because he's inconsistent.
because
He
he's
has
not that
LeBron
good.
James guarding
He's
him.
not good enough.
I don't
So
agree
okay,
with
I
that.
get that.
Hold on.
But
Wait,
go
hold
ahead.
on. I disagree with that strongly because we've seen players who aren't as good as Jason Tatum is at this point play good against LeBron, even at his best.
Like
He's talking
who?
about Jason Terry.
Paul George.
This way getting nasty.
Oh, Paul
Nah.
And
George.
cousins, cousins. We had this talk last night. We had this talk last night in that room when we was talking about Paul George in Indiana.
Nah, I
I
fuck with
don't
that
think.
because LeBron James can't lock nobody down. I'll give you that. He's not
Yeah,
a lockdown.
that's what I'm saying. No, I'm not
He's a
saying.
good
No, I'm not.
defender.
Now,
But I'm
now,
not
mind you,
saying.
I'm not saying
But
LeBron's
LeBron
not a
didn't
good
have
defender.
LeBron didn't have Kobe and Chris Paul with him and Dwight Howard behind him.
But Chris Paul not
Who's
stopping
Chris Paul
Luka
guarding?
either.
You're right.
Who Chris Paul
But like,
guarding? Luka?
but
Chris Paul
hold
wouldn't
on.
guard Luka. Chris Paul would guard Devin Booker.
With all that
Cook.
being said, I'm
Who?
not saying LeBron's not a great defender. I'm
Yo,
not saying
Devin
LeBron's not a
Booker's
great
cooking
defender.
Chris Paul. I'm sorry.
Devin Booker
But
not cooking him.
when he goes against people who can, nobody matches LeBron's like physically, but who are guys who can look at him in the eye, not be fucking 6'2" while he's 6'9", and has a decent game. They don't get shut down. They still do what they do. Like
Is
Tatum,
when they
we
have a
see.
bag. Is when they have a bag.
Yeah, like not even just a bag because we
No,
we
you're
seen
right. You're
Jimmy.
right.
Yeah, we
You're right.
seen
You're
Jimmy scoring. We seen
No,
Jimmy
you're
and
right.
not even just the bubble. And when he played in Chicago, Jimmy had a great series with LeBron being his primary defender.
No,
Like
you're
we've
right.
seen
Right.
players who aren't as good as Jason Tatum play good against LeBron. So I don't see why
Yeah, but we've
LeBron
seen
is
it in that context.
Jason
Like
Tatum even.
I don't
Jason
think in
Tatum
the context of these
even
two teams, Jason Tatum is gone.
I don't think
I
he has
just
a bad night though. I don't think he has a bad night.
Okay,
I can say
I'm with
it's
I
a
can say he
rough
gets
one.
20.
I'm with
I
It's
can
a
say he
rough
gets
one.
20. I can say
So
he gets 25 or 44% from the field. I can say
So
that,
can
right?
so can we go by matchup? So Chris Paul versus Luka, who wins that matchup?
Luka.
Yeah,
But Chris Paul's not gonna be guarding Luka.
Chris Paul
That's
wouldn't
not
guard
fair.
Luka though. Yeah,
You probably gonna
So
put Kobe
Chris
on
Paul
Luka.
versus
And
Devin
I
Booker,
seen
who wins
Luka
that
fry
matchup?
Kawhi. I seen Luka fry Kawhi, so I'm confident Luka's frying whoever's in
So
front.
Chris Paul versus Devin Booker, who wins that matchup?
Chris
That's
Paul.
I think Chris Paul wins the matchup, but I don't think Chris Paul's stopping Book from scoring. That's another thing. I
I'm
don't think
sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Dwight Howard is fucking Jokic up.
and
I don't
and vice
know
versa
how,
on the other
but-
side. And
Nah.
vice versa on the other side.
Dwight,
Vice versa.
Dwight, the defense that Dwight brings, bro. Come on.
The same defense Dwight brings is about the same defense that Rudy Gobert brings, and Jokic
Don't
dropped 50
fucking
on him.
dare.
No,
Don't fucking dare. Don't do that. Don't.
What?
do- Don't.
I just think Dwight was
Dwight
more
is
mobile,
a
more
hands down
agile.
better defender than Rudy.
Do y'all think he could guard Jokic on perimeter if he comes out there?
I don't see.
Yes. Jokic
Yeah.
ain't that fast.
All right.
I don't think
I don't-
Dwight's gonna
I
stop, but
think y'all
Jokic
overrating
does
Dwight
though.
right now.
Like just Jokic as the playmaker and as efficient as he is in the paint. I don't think Dwight slows. Let me not say I don't think Dwight slows it down, because Dwight's gonna have an effect, but I don't think it's gonna be like the defense Team 1 has. I don't think it hurts Team 2 so severely that Team 2 can't win. That's what I'm
I
saying.
think it does because I think team defense is an important factor, and the fact that all of this team on Team 1 is not a liability, maybe besides Kevin Durant.
But even with that, this is where everything breaks apart, right? This is where everything breaks apart, and I was gonna get to it. Giannis, because Kevin Durant is not staying on. You better not put Kevin Durant on Giannis. You
Fuck it,
better
I'll
not
put
do
KD
it.
on I'll put KD on Jason Tatum. I'll live with that. I'll put LeBron on Giannis.
Oh,
You seen what
he's
happened.
cooked.
You seen what
Kevin
happened.
Durant is
You
cooked.
seen
I'm
what
sorry.
happened
Yeah,
this
he's getting
year. What
cooked.
happened?
He's
You
getting
You
cooked.
see what happened? He was
You
playing
seen what
inefficient. He was playing inefficiently, bro.
He plays
Exactly.
inefficiently.
He's getting cooked.
Jason
I ain't
Tatum.
gonna hold you.
Tatum averaged like 29 on 47% from the field.
There was
48, I think.
there was games he shot efficiently.
There was
then
one game. There was one game.
Fucking these fucking stats.
There was one game. Katie got fried and locked up. Like, and not to mention last year when Tatum gave his ass 50.
So, Doug,
And
which
earlier this season, and earlier this year when Tatum gave his ass another 50.
So
Yeah,
Dub.
I had to give him that one. He not. Yeah,
So Dub, which Kevin Durant you think this is? Dub, what Kevin Durant you think this is? Which version of him?
Any of them,
OKC,
they getting
Warriors, or
fucked
Nets?
over. Like,
Well,
what?
wait.
That's a fact.
Which? Oh,
Which
is this
KD
the
you
early?
think?
Is this the early Kevin Durant?
You gonna put the early KD on Giannis?
No,
It
because
depends
we
on
got
what
Chris
prime
Paul,
you.
Kobe, LeBron James, and Dwight.
Which Kevin Durant you think is in his prime? And I don't know.
Warriors.
This is the best Kevin Durant we have. This is the best defensively. This is the best Kevin Durant we have, and he got fucked over by Tatum. So no matter what Tatum it is, he's gonna fuck KD up. I mean, no matter what KD it is, he's gonna fuck him up. No matter what KD it is, Giannis gonna smoke him.
Shamaria, these were
So
all
either one of
NBA
those
teams. I
matchups,
hope you know that.
your best bet is to put LeBron on Giannis. But then even with that, I don't see like that's what I mean by their defense. It falls apart severely just because KD can't guard nobody on the floor.
What about fucking Luka, bro?
You gonna put KD on Luka?
No.
No, he's saying Luka can't guard nobody.
Luka's defense. What about Devin
Yeah.
Booker's defense? What about Jokic's defense? What
Luka's-
about Giannis? What about Giannis's perimeter defense?
I think they can
They're
get
taking
timely
advantage
stops.
of
They could play timely defense. They get timely stops.
That's what I was gonna say. The thing about
Look,
Team 2 is they're not that like Chris Paul's a great defender, right? But he's not 6'8". He's 6 feet tall.
Stop,
and that
stop.
matters. And that matters.
Stop,
It matters. It simply
He said,
does.
stop.
It simply does.
Stop.
The team one could play defense as a collect than team 2 can, and they could force them to more tougher shots than team 2 ever could
I
dream
don't
of.
think they
That's a fact.
force them. I don't think they force them into that many shots.
Why?
because
It's not 1-on-1. Why do you think it's going to be 1-on-1 basketball?
I was going to
It's not
explain.
one-on-one.
I never said it was going to be
Chris Paul ain't
one-on-one
guarding
basketball.
nobody. I don't
I never
care
said it
what
was going to be
y'all
one-on-one
said. Chris Paul getting
basketball.
cooked.
But this is something that I've been religious with saying. I don't think there's not one person who you can put in front of Giannis that will slow him down from when he's attacking. So when you have Giannis Antetokounmpo and he's going to attack a
So
Chris
LeBron
Paul, a
James-
Kobe, a LeBron, a KD, a Dwight,
LeBron James
You
is
have to
probably just
press.
as physical. You say LeBron James is probably just as physical than Giannis. You really don't think that
No.
LeBron could sit here and make
Yeah,
arguments?
yes, he
No.
could.
Really?
If
I'm
we
not
going by the years that these teams was from, like 2012, Bron, he definitely could. Dog,
I
if
don't
Grant
know.
Williams can give Giannis problems like peak Bron, come on, dog.
Like, come on, bro.
Well, you know what? Now y'all got a point because I forgot the Grant Williams shit. I forgot about that.
So who's Kevin
That's
Durant
in my
guarding
mind.
again? If you putting LeBron
He
on,
gonna have to guard Tatum. He got to.
he's getting cooked. Yeah,
The
I
main
agree with
person
that.
I'm worried about is Luka, because Luka fucking, I don't know, that dude's special.
I don't know
You know
who's
what?
guarding Luka.
I can admit when I'm wrong. I can admit when I'm
Kobe.
wrong.
No,
I can
Kobe.
admit when I'm wrong. I'll say team
No,
1 and
Kobe.
6. Team 1 and 6. I'll say that.
Luka's the X factor because
So out of Kawhi
I
and
haven't
Kobe,
seen
who y'all think
anybody
is a better
stop Luka
perimeter
at
defender?
all.
Out of Kobe and Kawhi,
They're probably about the same level.
Kawhi.
because we watched Luka cook Paul
Kawhi,
George and Kawhi twice in a playoff series.
I don't think that's peak defensive Kawhi.
But yeah, that's not peak defensive Kawhi, but that's still a good defensive Kawhi Leonard though. I would probably give Kobe the slight edge, but still, it's like I haven't seen nobody. stop
Samaria,
this
they said
fucking
Chris
team,
Paul
bro.
is guarding D Book. That's what they told me.
Chris Paul, yeah, I'm fine with Chris Paul going.
I just my
At the
my
end of
main
the
thing
day,
is, like,
team
I
two-
don't see-
At the end of the day, to the 2022 team would just straight up have the two worst players on the floor, and another player who's defensively like at the very best is neutral.
Two worst.
It's just-
crazy.
Yeah, D Book and Jason Tatum, the two worst players on that floor.
and Jokic.
I think it's Chris Paul and Dwight, but that's me.
No,
And-
crazy. In 2012, hell no, huh?
Like
The
Dwight
food is in there.
offensively, what I'm supposed to be scared of?
You said what?
I do have a
Like,
question
all
for
this-
you.
Offensively, I'm
But
scared of Dwight
crazy
for. Like,
shot,
what?
crazy shot. You're
Throwing
playing
lobs?
with Chris Paul and LeBron James, who sit here and make fucking bigs look better than what they are.
Yeah, with
I have
KD.
Luka
Chris
and Jokic like two primary playmakers,
Chris Paul does this for a living, bro.
and I could spread out the floor better
he gave
with
Clint
Team 2
Capella
than Team 1. If we
He
being
gave
honest,
DeAndre Jordan a contract. Damn, he's about to give DeAndre Ayton a contract whenever he goes to another team.
Imagine Luka and Jokic on the same team playing off each other. Just imagine.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it. I just don't.
Yeah,
You're crazy.
defensively, it's just not.
I think
It just
Luka
don't
and
hold up.
I think Luka and Embiid would probably be better than Luka and Jokic.
Y'all can say that the defense won't hold up, but I don't think Team 1 can guard Team 2 either.
So
So
now
I
you're
think
on
it's
the
gonna be an
defense.
offensive
Now you're on the
shootout.
defensive back, Marcus. Wow, look at you.
I think it's going to become a shootout. And
I've
I
never-
trust Team 2.
I've always talked about defense.
Tatum over Braun. Booker.
I'll say this.
Yeah, it's just-
Look,
Better offensively to me.
Team,
yeah, she talking shit.
the
She talking
2022 team just don't have enough advantages. Like I said, they got the two worst players on the floor. I don't mean they bad. They just got the two worst players. They got two other players who can be exploited defensively with the right matchups. Like Giannis has his like Team 1 just too dynamic. They got too many ways. Like offensively they could go. They got defensively they're versatile. It's just too much. It's just too much. Team 1 and 6. Team 1 and 6. I go with that because
Team 1 and
Giannis is
6
gonna get you. Yeah.
Team 1 and 4. Dwight is killing
Nah.
Jokic.
Team 2 and 6.
No.
I can confidently say outside of LeBron James, at everybody at their best, Giannis is the second best player out of everybody on here. Everybody at their best, I can confidently say that.
Giannis is better than Kobe at Kobe's best.
At his best, Giannis at his best, I take Giannis. I take Giannis over Kobe at their best. Yeah, I think so. Because I don't even think we still seeing Giannis at his best yet. And I think Giannis just what this past year is.
And you know what?
JT,
I agree.
What you just said almost made me get back on Clubhouse. But I don't know.
I'm not mad at it.
Nah,
Have we? Can y'all honestly, truly say we've seen the best of Giannis yet?
No.
I don't even got to project. I would just say peak Giannis or peak Kobe. When I weigh it out, give me peak Giannis.
Nah, get the hell out of here, bro. Stop.
Why?
That's been nasty all show. This is crazy. How
Why?
Nasty all show. How about
I'm living off nostalgia.
Y'all try to convince me that first of all, Jokic is a fucking good defender. Then
he is a good defender.
Let's see the other
we
one.
never said it great. We said good.
Now you
Nobody
say
said he was a good defender. We said he wasn't a negative.
I think he's a negative. Anyways,
It's your opinion, bro. We can't argue. We can't.
Now you sitting here telling me that
Shouldn't the Nuggets have like one of the worst defenses if your center is a defensive negative?
a peak Giannis team defense, a peak Giannis,
He's still the center. You can't like come on, dog. You can't
is
do.
better than a peak Kobe. Never.
Why not?
Kobe's
They
a
both
better-
said this.
Kobe's a
What-
better. Kobe's
What does
a
peak?
hands
Hold
down-
on. What does peak Kobe do better than peak Giannis?
Kobe's a hands down better scorer. Kobe's
Hands down.
Hands down.
yes,
is crazy.
hands down. What?
Based on what?
Hands
Please
down
say
is
skill.
crazy.
Please say skill. Please say skill. Please say skill. Please.
Oh,
Please.
if he say skill, I'm logging out.
Please.
What do you
Please.
think?
Still
Please say
don't.
skill.
Still
What
don't.
do you think I'm gonna say?
He said if he
Please
takes
say
skill,
skill.
I'm logging out. I'm crying.
Please say skill.
Still
Please
don't.
say
Still
skill.
don't matter. Still don't
Still
matter.
Please
don't
say
matter
skill.
now. So the way
No. Not skill don't matter. Not skill don't matter. You said scoring, right? You said
Scoring
scoring.
the ball,
Now,
yes.
right. If me and you are in a competition, Dub, and I say I'm gonna pick Giannis as a scorer, and you say you're gonna pick Kobe as a scorer, and we made a bet, and we just told them go out and score as many points as you possibly can.
Mhm.
Who you think is gonna score more points?
81.
Nah, Kobe. Yeah, that's Kobe.
Kobe.
When you say it like that, that's Kobe.
Kobe.
I wouldn't have said it
81
like
Think
that.
twice about it. If Kobe's
81.
going up against the Milwaukee Bucks, not the Boston Celtics in that series, I expect Kobe to have a better shooting performance than Giannis.
Huh?
Show me.
So what you expect him to shoot?
If KD, who's the most efficient scorer ever, couldn't be efficient against them, what you think Kobe gonna do?
Really, that's what we're doing? So we're dismissing the team. We're dismissing the players on who they had on the team to see who
Yeah,
allowed
Kyrie
them.
Irving.
Wait. So the Boston Celtics, who they sat here and they were able to double on Kevin Durant because there wasn't a lot of floor spaces on there. So they were doubling him consistently. That's why I said if I put Kobe Bryant on the Milwaukee Bucks because there's floor spacing there, Kobe Bryant is not sitting here having a game where he's 14 for fucking 32.
Let me ask you a question,
Scored
right?
30 on like 30 shots, bro.
Can Goran Dragic space
You
the
really
floor?
arguing for Kobe being more efficient than anybody. This is
In
crazy.
today's league, bro, Kobe Bryant's
We're not talking about today's league.
I
No,
don't
let's go
care
back
about
to
today.
let's go back to
I'm
just
talking
this
about what
series. Let's go
happened
back to
when he
just
was
this
today's
series.
playing.
league. Why not?
Hold
You really
on.
think that Giannis
Wait,
would be
hold on.
just as
Time out.
efficient in Kobe's
Dub,
time?
please, Dub, please. Can Goran Dragic space the floor?
This year, what he was
Yes.
doing this year, the Boston Celtics was not respecting him like that. And you'll lie.
I'm just asking yes or no. Dub, I'm just asking yes or no questions.
No, JT, I'm answering your question because this is what happened. Because these are the
That's
facts.
not
that
yes or
happened.
no.
The Boston Celtics were sitting here. They wasn't respecting Goran Dragic as a shooter.
And he was hitting it. He was making it.
They weren't.
He was
Just
making
because
them.
he was making it, don't mean they're respecting it, bro. What are you talking?
But that's
about?
but
That's not the point.
Yes,
but
it
no,
is
that's
the point,
but
because
the
it's-
thing
we're
about
talking
that is that
We're talking
hold on.
about
But the thing about
hold on,
spacing
wait.
and gravity
No,
is
Marcus,
it's only hold on. I'm not
No,
disagreeing
we're
with
talking
you.
about the defensive scheme of things, and we're
No,
talking about the defensive scheme of the
I
No,
Boston.
cousins,
understand.
please,
Regardless
no,
of
cousins,
what
please,
they're
no,
doing,
no,
bro,
no,
they're not
cousins, no.
respecting that.
Watch this. Dub. All right. You're a coach. You tell your players, y'all leave Stephen Curry open. Leave Stephen Wardell Curry open. Does that minimize how much he can space the floor? Yes or no?
What we're debating is
No, we were never debating. I was asking you a
That's
question.
what I'm debating. I'm not talking
But I
about.
wasn't debating with you. I just asked you a question.
I'm not debating that. I'm not debating Goran Dragic as his floor space. That's not what I'm talking about. But as I'm talking about the defensive scheme,
said Kobe
you're asking
spacing.
me that question. You're asking me that question because of the way that the Boston Celtics are playing defense. Because that's the main conversation that we're having. So if that's the main conversation we're having, what you're saying is probably not false. But the Boston Celtics, I can't change what they were doing, and that's what they were doing. Bruce Brown was having 15 points, 20 points, and he was doing it on good efficiency. They was living with him with the ball in his hands. Goran Dragic too. They was living with that. When KD's having the ball, as soon as he cross by his defender, there's bodies all over there, bro.
Exactly, Dub. Exactly. You brought up the fact that KD was getting doubled. You said something about KD, like on the double team, whatever, bro. Then you said something about spacing and how the Nets didn't have spacing. The Nets had more than enough spacing. Boston just didn't give a fuck about it. They said, Kevin Durant, you're not beating us.
That's fine.
Right. So, to go back to what I was originally stating, Kevin Durant is the most efficient scorer in NBA history, probably. If KD is going to have an inefficient scoring series, what do you think Kobe Bryant would do?
But this is why I'm saying it all depends on the team that who he's on.
He has the exact same Nets team.
If Giannis is on the Nets, if Kobe's on the Nets, I expect them to be terrible because they're able to double him. But if Kobe's on and KD is on the Bucks, where there's way more floor spacing, I don't expect that same thing to happen. If you're gonna sit here and try to tell me that the defensive scheme for Giannis on the Bucks was the same on KD on the Nets, it's not true. Because there was way more one-on-one opportunity.
So let me say two things. Right? Let me say two things. One, to a certain extent, it is the same. It's only the same just because the amount of attention that they brought was based on where they were most dangerous. So of course, on an island on the perimeter, yeah, Grant Cool down there. When Giannis gets closer and closer to the paint, it's collapsing because that's where Giannis is most deadly. KD is more deadly on a wing, so that's where he was seeing more of his doubles. So it's essentially the same thing. It's just in different. It's like hotspots in 2K. Whoever the whatever was the greener hotspot, that's what we seen more Celtics jerseys. But two, the thing about the spacing and how you react to it is that it's defense dependent. Like when JT asked a question about what if you just leave Steph open, that's actually a good question, and that's actually a true thing because like spacing and gravity, it only has as much true effect as a defense wants it to have. Like if I just said, even if Steph, Giannis, whoever, if I said, hey, you whoever it is, you got them all game, we're never doubling, you'll never truly feel the sheer impact of somebody's gravity. Ever. it's all defense dependent. Like if Udoka told the Celtics, I don't give a fuck, you can leave Steph open if you want. Nothing gets to the paint, and they just always collapse to the paint. Then Steph's gravity, the gravity that he has, won't be felt because the defense isn't really reacting to it. So like the idea of spacing and gravity is really dependent on what the defense wants to give up. Just because, like, it's not an automatic.
Okay, yeah, I see.
And also before you do it,
the same. Why come I'm going to start talking and then you just go?
Because I had to add something before he started talking. I had to add one more thing. We know Kobe is not the most efficient player ever. Not saying he's not good. Not saying that. We know Kobe's inefficiency. That's just something he doesn't care about. Yeah, that's something he just doesn't care about. Giannis Antetokounmpo played this exact same Boston Celtics team, and like Cousin said, Giannis seen the doubles where he's effective at. Giannis averaged 35 on 45% from the field on that. KD averaged like 25, shooting 36, 39% from the field.
So just because
hold on, wait. The same places KD is most effective is the exact same places Kobe's more effective.
This is why it's terrible logic, because just because we can all agree Kevin Durant, this was a bad series. This was a bad series, correct? And Kevin Durant's whole time in his career, this is one of his worst series, correct? That's like me saying LeBron James in 2011, Kobe, Giannis, just because that defense and what they did, that nobody could sit here and fucking do it if LeBron James couldn't do it, because LeBron James had a bad series. LeBron James is playing bad. Since he played bad, that means whoever was going to go up against that 2011 Mavericks team, that nobody could fucking do it. That's what you're telling me. This is one of the worst marks on Kevin Durant's career.
To me, the difference would be that I don't think that Maverick series was. I don't think the reason for his underperformance was the Mavericks as much as to LeBron, as much as the Celtics defense was the reason for KD underperforming.
I think the main thing that happened with the Nets this year was there was obviously a lack of playmaking because James Harden left, and they had they already built the chemistry they had when James Harden was there, and that lack of playmaking really showed when he was gone. KD got hurt, so they didn't have time to adjust to that. Kyrie Irving wasn't there, and they still didn't have time to adjust to that. So the Brooklyn Nets, there was a lot of things going against them. They couldn't build the right chemistry. They couldn't get a flow of the offense because there wasn't a lot. The guys didn't play a lot of the games together. So I'm sorry. Like, if you want to talk about the main reason on why Kevin Durant struggled, that's part of it too. But hey, not Kevin Durant and what he did and everything. This isn't excuses. But if I want to look at things from a non-biased and non-trying to fucking win a debate or anything, just pure basketball, that's mainly why the Brooklyn Nets struggled, bro. Because we all know, we all watch basketball. Chemistry matters, right?
Yeah.
Chemistry, flow of the offense matters, right?
Yeah.
If you lose a playmaker like James Harden, you need time to adjust to that, correct?
Yeah.
True.
They didn't have time to adjust to that. That's why I say I can't sit here and say, oh, just because Kevin Durant struggled against the Boston Celtics, Kobe Bryant can't sit here and do it.
Why not though?
I'm not gonna. I mean, he's gonna struggle. Like he's just gonna struggle, dog. If
they're double teaming Kobe,
he's a struggler.
If they're doubling Kobe the same way they double Kevin Durant, if they're playing the exact same defense they played against Kevin Durant against Kobe, how does Kobe prevail against that in a way Kevin Durant couldn't?
Again, it all depends on the pieces that's around. Like some of the pieces that's around really helps. If Giannis is on the Brooklyn Nets, there's not a lot of floor spaces on there, so they're sending them guys immediately.
There's not spacing on the Brooklyn Nets.
I mean, the Boston Celtics wasn't respecting that, so they're sending the guys immediately.
But that goes back to why I asked though. They're still spacing. If you replace Kevin Durant with Giannis, I promise you. Brooklyn,
if you want to be real, you had Kyrie Irving, Seth Curry, Goran Dragic, who just got part of the team, so he's not even 100%.
How is he not 100%? He's still a shooter.
He's still, bro, but the Celtics wasn't respecting it like that.
And that's like, hold on, JT. But Dub, that's what I'm saying. No matter what, that's why if you have it, the pieces don't matter because the defense we're talking about chose to ignore it on another team in another.
The pieces.
So the pieces don't matter then. because no matter what the pieces were, the Celtics just kept saying, "I
Hey,
don't give a
Josh, don't
fuck
do
about them."
Josh.
We both
I
can
gotta
we
talk to
both
you.
can
But the
say we
pieces,
both can say hold on, we both can say Kyrie is a floor spacer. Patty Mills is a floor spacer. Dragic is a floor spacer. Even to a certain extent, Bruce Brown is a floor spacer. So they're all so in theory it should be floor spacing. The Celtics said, "Fuck it, I don't care." So therefore the pieces don't even matter. It don't matter. Those could
so
be four non-shooters.
why come they respected? Why come they respected the Bucks floor spacing? Then?
They really didn't.
What?
They didn't.
They
And the
collapsed on
Bucks
Giannis
and the
every.
Bucks
They
didn't.
they
They
collapsed on
mainly,
Giannis
they,
every
mainly
chance.
they mainly were collapsing on Giannis when he was sitting there in the post, and they would come from behind him and try to double him from that way.
Exactly. When he got
Majority of the
closer
time.
to the paint,
But
when he's most
most of the time, Giannis was 1-on-1.
yes on the perimeter, and then when he would drive and get to the paint where he's
Sometimes
most
even when
effective,
driving, he was one-on-one.
sometimes, but for the majority of the time, when he got to the paint, they collapsed, leaving the shooters open. The shooters just wasn't hitting their shots. They did in game one, and they won that one pretty handily. Then for the rest of the series, they weren't hitting their shot, and they would vary it. Sometimes they would stay home, and sometimes they wouldn't. They kind of varied it game by game.
You want to know? You want to know
And
Goran Dragic? You want to know Goran Dragic's 3-point percentage this year?
sure.
25.
What was it for that series?
So you don't think Goran Dragic is a just in general? Do you think Goran Dragic is a good perimeter shooter?
All I'm saying is when we're sitting talking about putting things into context, that's why you can't just go off of the name bullshit. We talk about the context of Goran Dragic. He wasn't playing all year long.
What about Seth Curry?
Seth Curry was playing all year long.
I know. What about
But he
him? What
wasn't on
about
the
his
team.
percentage?
But you said he wasn't on the team.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about Goran Dragic. He wasn't. There's a difference from you playing and you going to a different team and you literally not playing.
Okay. What about Seth Curry?
Seth Curry, yes, that was a floor spacer. Kyrie Irving,
Patty
yes.
Mills.
What about Kyrie Irving? Okay. Bruce Brown. What's his percentage?
Floor, they were living with the ball in fucking Bruce Brown's hands every single time.
That's not the question, though, Dub. That's not the question. That's not the question. You keep talking about they're living with the balls in his hands. That's Boston's defense.
Bruce Brown's
That's
a floor
not
spacer now.
Brooklyn's
Bruce Brown's a floor spacer now.
This a good conversation right here.
What I'm saying is what I'm saying is a floor spacer really doesn't exist until the defense chooses to make you that.
I agree with that statement.
So if Team Cousin is playing Team Dub, you could have you could be the only person who can't shoot, and you could have 50% 3-point shooters. If I tell my defense I don't give a fuck what they shoot, nothing in the paint, they're gonna be open. Or if I tell them stay home, you can have a team full of non-shooters. The best you can You can have a team where everybody on your team shoot 29% from three. If I tell my team, hey, don't let no open threes get shot, those players become floor spacers because that's how they're reacting to them.
A floor spacer is a floor spacer regardless of that. Patty
like that.
It's not though.
Goran Dragic was not a. Goran Dragic was not.
How are you a floor spacer
Bruce
if
Brown-
you're literally not spacing
Bruce
my
Brown-
floor?
Bruce Brown was not a floor spacer this year. You had Kyrie Irving. He shot terrible percentages, but guess what? They still respected him and they were still guarding him. Seth Curry, they were guarding him. And Patty Mills was there, yes. But Patty Mills and Seth Curry was barely on the same court at the same time with one another. So really, we want to talk about it. They only had two floor spacers, two consistent floor spacers on the court at the same time.
They was playing them 4-guard lineups with KD at the 5.
So the Brooklyn Nets don't have any floor spacing. That's what I'm hearing. That's what you want to say. That's your statement.
When I was comparing it to the Bucks, it's not. No, the Bucks have way better floor spacing than the Brooklyn Nets. If I compare it to the Bucks,
they left the Bucks shooters open.
I think they just chose to play them different, and that's it.
Not Doug. I gotta confidently tell me
what a defense choose to give you.
Please confidently tell me that the Bucks shooters are better than the Nets shooters.
That the Bucks floor spacing in the playoffs.
No, the Bucks shooters are better than the Nets shooters.
No, I said the Bucks floor spacing was better.
That's not what I asked you, bro. That's not what I asked you, bro. That's not what I asked you.
What say shooters?
Are the Bucks shooters better than the Brooklyn Nets shooters? Due
to what happened in the playoffs, yes.
You running from the question, bro. Like
He's
I'm
not
asking,
running
it's
from
a
the
simple question. Like,
because
it's simple.
you're trying to context into a way to try to make me say
I'm
something.
not contexting anything. I'm
Yes, you
asking a
are.
question.
Yes, you are.
No,
You're
no,
trying to
I'm not. I'm not contexting anything.
You're trying to
I'm
shift
asking
the
a
argument.
simple question.
You're trying to shift.
I'm not
hold on. You're
shifting
trying-
anything.
you're
I'm
trying
not
to
shifting
shift the
anything.
argument.
You've
You're trying to
shifted
shift-
every argument we've had today.
I'm
I'm
not
not
shifting
shifting
the
anything.
argument. I'm keeping it on topic, and I'm talking about the playoffs. In
You
general.
haven't kept anything on topic.
So,
I'm
Dub,
I asked you
before
a
the
simple
Dub,
question. You
before the
never
play,
answered not one of them.
before the
Because-
playoffs started, who would you say
because
had the better
the
shooter?
Brooklyn Nets. If you want to sit here and talk about the Milwaukee Bucks against the Boston Celtics, bro, when you sit here and look how much floor spacing there was, it was definitely way greater than the fucking Brooklyn Nets. And we could say, I guess we're
It's
gonna have
only
to-
that because they double teamed KD and they said, "Look, KD, you're not beating us. No matter what, you are not beating us. I don't give a fuck. Goran Dragic, Seth Curry, Patty Mills, y'all can shoot the fucking lights out. KD, you ain't beating us."
So then again,
That's what
let
they
me
said.
ask you this. If KD's on the Bucks, do you think that they play that same type of defense?
They're gonna play the same way
I
because
don't
Kevin
believe
Durant
so.
Kevin Durant is a black hole.
I don't believe so.
I called him a black
I
hole.
don't believe so.
Fine.
He's not a black hole. What?
Mhm.
I
You
don't
called him
know
Galacticus.
at
Why you
all.
call him? Why he gotta be a black hole?
Like what, bro? No bullshit. No. Switch. Just switch. Plug KD off. Plug Giannis off. Switch them. Drop Giannis on the Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie Irving, with Seth Curry, with Patty Mills, with Goran Dragic, with Bruce Brown. You mean to tell me they're gonna leave them niggas open when Giannis
No.
can just run to
Yes.
the goal?
Yo, Dub, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
They're gonna
Now, that
leave him
statement was
open, bro.
insane.
What are you talking about? Not Kyrie, or Seth Curry, but
So-
Bruce Brown,
So
Goran
Dub,
Dragic,
so
they're
Dub,
leaving
so,
them, bro.
so you're telling me if Giannis is attacking downhill, they're gonna leave them shooters open?
Bruce Brown, Goran Dragic, yes.
They're gonna leave them open?
But when it comes to
No,
Kyrie,
I agree with that. They are
Kyrie
because
Irving,
Giannis is because they gonna collapse on the paint. That's what they did. That's what
they're
they were
gonna
doing.
collapse as soon as he penetrates. Is the point? There
And
wasn't.
they're gonna lose. They're going to lose because Giannis is a better passer than KD. And
Because he's
that's
a
how
what?
you get that. He's a better passer than KD.
No, he's
And
not,
that's how-
bro. How is
I
it?
don't think that's crazy. To
He
say.
what?
You're acting
God.
like Giannis. All Giannis does is drive and kick. That's this drive, kick. You think KD can't
Dog.
drive and kick, and he wasn't trying to do that?
He's a better passer than the man. Like he has better vision, better timing. That he reads defenses better. He's just like and playmaking wise, he's just better. And that's
The only
that's
thing
saying that with KD making
Hey,
great
shut up.
improvements
The
as a
only thing
playmaker.
Giannis that I would sit here and say he's probably better in playmaking than Kevin Durant is probably the drive and kick factor. But
What
fucking
offense
Kevin
does
Durant
KD
can drive
set
and
up?
kick. KD can drive and kick as well.
Hold on. I got a question. Oh, I got a question.
Oh my God, JC
So-
about to go crazy.
Because I believe in the driving kicking. I've always talked about that, right? So
Yeah, you have.
driving kicking, right? What does KD do? KD is Chris Paul. KD setting up plays.
But he
KD
works.
doing this. KD
Let me
doing
ask you
that.
this. Let me ask you
No.
this.
Yes,
Does
he be
Giannis-
like,
does
Giannis-
Giannis-
he
KD
be like,
KD
error.
JT, I'm gonna tell you right now. Was Giannis running a pick and roll?
No.
He's the role man when they do.
Exactly my point. That's a part of playmaking, correct?
And what is Kevin Durant in the pick and roll?
But he could run that.
He's more
He
of the
runs that
he's more of the
pretty good.
handler.
I'm not gonna say he's like Chris Paul, but he runs that pretty well. He could drive and kick pretty well. I see him make
No,
some
he
passes,
don't.
even
I
on the
disagree
Bucks,
with that.
even against the Boston series. I was like, damn, that's a good ass pass. Like, you're not gonna sit here and just dismiss Kevin Durant just because Giannis is.
The difference.
I
This
mean,
is the difference between the two.
Better?
This
We're not gonna
This
dismiss him because he's better.
this is this
Just
is the
because
real
of driving
difference.
and kicking, really?
This is the real difference
that's
between the two, right? KD only
Right.
playmates when he has to. That's the only time you will ever
Yes.
see him do it.
Yes.
He's not, but Giannis is more willing to do it. He would do it even when he doesn't have to do it. So in
I'll
that
agree.
factor, to
I'll
me,
agree
he's
with
better.
that, and I'll agree with that, Josh. I'll agree with that.
All right, don't you agree with? Can you agree with that,
He's
JT? Nah,
I
JT
no,
ain't.
I don't. No, because I started this whole thing
My
saying
fault.
Giannis is a better passer than Kevin Durant. Vision wise, who has better vision?
It's
I don't-
Giannis.
I don't really.
Giannis
think
has the
that
better
far off.
finish.
Like, it's
I
not
don't know
really
what-
that far off. It's not.
It's not
I
that
think
far
we're
off.
gonna have to. Y'all gonna have to rewind the clips and look
He
at what
said it's
KD was doing this year, especially when James Harden left.
You said Curry don't play defense, so I don't know what. I don't even want to watch stuff with you. I don't even want to watch nothing with you because we're gonna be looking at two different things. You
But-
said Curry don't play defense.
I said Stephen Curry
so-
is the same level of defender that he was. He gives
But
a lot.
Exactly.
But-
exactly.
He gets
That's
torched
so
by
wrong
majority
on
of
so
people.
many levels. That's so wrong.
Yeah, he's not gonna get torched by people, bro. Are you serious?
That's so
But Dub, to
wrong.
be
When
fair,
you're looking at
James
the Golden
Harden-
State Warriors and all those guys on the same court with each other, you're trying to attack Stephen
You're
Curry.
wrong, bro. You're
No,
wrong.
I'm
But that
attacking Clay.
doesn't
I'm
say
attacking
that
Clay.
but that doesn't well yeah, we attacking Clay. But even if that's true, that doesn't mean that he's not a good defender or that he's a bad defender. He's just the worst of the five.
That was my point with everything. When I'm looking at the Golden State Warriors, I'm attacking Stephen Curry.
You're crazy. You're crazy. I'm attacking
Yeah,
Jordan
but
Poole,
and
like
that's
they
also
said.
and that's
If
also
Jordan
one of the
Poole's there,
reasons.
If Jordan
But that's
Poole's there, that's cool.
but that's also one of the reasons they're an elite defense because the person you're attacking is still a good defender.
That's facts. He's
I don't
a
see
good
it.
Back to
defender.
back to no
This
back
year.
to the shit. Back to the shit. Back to the shit. Back to
Never
the shit.
been
No,
to
no,
this
no,
shit.
no, 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 no.
Go ahead, JT. Go crazy.
KD's vision is on par with Giannis's.
Giannis isn't this fucking crazy guy, bro. I don't know what you guys are seeing. He's not this
What are
crazy
you
guy.
seeing? KD just got swept.
I think Dub need my glasses.
We're talking about playmaking. We're talking about playmaking. No swept or none of that shit. We're talking about him playmaking.
But you said, okay,
Regardless of
playmaking wise.
His
Who-
vision is nothing that's fucking damn, bro.
You know what? I'm glad you said that, right?
Oh
If
my
KD's
God.
vision was so great, why didn't he pass the ball to Goran Dragic when he was open?
Bro, when you sit here and talk, let me show you what was happening because they were using their length. They were helping at the same time when KD
They played the now, Dub. Before you start, they played the same defense.
They
They played
recovered
the exact same
crazy.
defense. Giannis averaged more assists with worse shooters.
CJT, and this is why I say you're being ignorant to the fact on yes, it's the same
Ignorant
defense,
is
but in the
crazy.
way in which they're playing defense is wrong. It's wrong. It's not the same. They play defense differently on the Brooklyn Nets compared to the Milwaukee Bucks. You're gonna say that that's not true?
I seen Giannis
That's not
dot
true.
corners. I seen Giannis dot corners out of the low post. I seen Giannis at the top of the key I seen Giannis play make all over the floor. It's not about just driving and kicking. It's Giannis
In the
can see
post to
whole
Brooke
court.
Lopez in
So you're
traffic.
just using.
Yeah.
So you're just using.
In the post to Brooke Lopez in traffic.
You're
he was
just
diving.
using.
I'm
I've seen
like,
that a couple times. I've seen Kevin Durant do that.
Velocity-wise.
Hold on, wait. So you're just using right this year's playoffs, correct?
No, I'm using
No,
everything
I'm
I've seen from
saying
Giannis the past
he's-
3-4 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Then you're tripping. Then. Because KD's done the same thing. KD's done the same thing.
At what volume? Dub, does volume not matter to you?
And this is why I said what Josh and what he said. I'm fine with somebody saying that. But to sit here and say that the talent level is that crazy, I will never go.
I'm not talking about no. You said.
I think it's a
clear.
clear separation in tiers between them as playmakers. I think it's clear. I don't think they stand. I don't think they stand in the same room.
I think Josh hit it on the money. The fact that yes, the volume from Giannis is definitely higher, so that's why he's putting him above. That's cool.
It's not
Don't act
simply
as if
volume.
you can't-
It's not simply volume. It's technique. It's the fact that Giannis has better vision. It's the fact that Giannis has better velocity on the ball. It's the fact that Giannis is more accurate with his passes. I seen KD have a 30-point triple-double with 12 assists, and he got blown out. Matter of fact, no, not blown out. I see him do it against Giannis and lose.
We haven't seen that with Giannis where he was getting blown out too. We ain't seen it with Giannis for him losing too.
I'm
you
talking about
serious right
playmaking.
now?
We're talking
That's a
about
good
playmaking.
conversation right here.
We're talking about playmaking, right? We're
But
talking about
the
playmaking, right?
reasonings on why he's saying to
We
not
seen
think I can
Giannis.
use the same thing for Giannis.
We seen Giannis
No,
go
you
against the
crazy.
exact same
I
defense.
know.
We seen Giannis play against the exact same
Josh,
defense.
I'm
and
done.
show
A
us
2
better
hour show
playmaking
is
act-
crazy.
Better players play.
Josh, I'm done. He's repeating the same thing. If we keep
All
repeating
right,
the
so
same
we
thing,
about to end the show. Everybody gotta give a nasty
Please,
take.
please, bro,
Everybody gotta
please,
give a nasty
please.
take, bro.
Please,
Come on, cousins.
Jesus Christ, bro.
What's your nasty take, cousins? Because Mr. Objective.
I don't even know how much I believe it, but no, I do believe
KD's a better
it.
playmaker than Giannis. Go ahead. That's your nasty take, Doug. We heard it already.
Yeah,
That's
that's
yours.
nasty. That's nasty.
That's disgusting. That's filthy.
you can
Christ.
look, bro, but
That is filthy, bro.
Your reasonings, bro,
Luke,
is like
my nasty take is
Oh, you don't under. Never mind. I'm not even.
my
gonna
nasty
use-
take is Luka's a top 5 point guard of all time.
What?
Hey, we live with it. Hey, Doug, what's your nasty take, my boy?
I'm
That
good.
he's a better passer than Giannis.
JT, what's yours?
JT is sick. JT is sick.
Nah. Let Dev get his nasty take off.
Bro, how many more you want me to give? LeBron's top 3, bro.
That's
Huh?
insane. But go ahead, JT.
Zion's gonna be an MVP candidate next year.
What?
Rel, what's your
I don't
nasty
think
take,
that's
bro?
nasty.
Nasty take. What I got in the bag today?
What I got in the bag today go crazy.
How do I
Yo,
feel?
Darius is hilarious. Why cousin look so calm? This is war.
I'm a restaurant manager, man. I'm used to it.
If Curry wins a Finals MVP and a championship this year, he might be better than Magic.
Oh my God.
He might be
not
better
bad.
than Magic.
That's not ridiculous.
Listen.
He might be better than Magic.
Curry could cure cancer at this point. That man ain't being MVP. I mean top 10
Yo,
all time.
you're
I don't
hater,
care
bro.
what he does. He can cure
You
cancer.
said
He could bring peace in the Middle East.
He said he can cure cancer.
Yo, I don't listen. This man could find a new animal that has not been found or
Yo.
discovered yet. He's still not top
Yo,
10.
listen. Anybody that's ever watching Bucket City, if you want to get the hate out your heart, that's the main hating ass nigga right there.
Bro, hold on. You came on this show
bro.
talking about Melo, and we wasn't even talking about it. They didn't bring him up or nothing. You talking about Melo.
And Melo's a top 10 scorer of all time. But if he cures cancer,
Is he top 10?
Melo,
Is he though?
Melo,
I
bro,
gotta make a
Melo,
list. I gotta make a list.
bro, you just said if Curry cures cancer, he's still bro. What?
He could resurrect
In
the
his
dinosaurs.
defense, that don't have nothing to do with basketball. In his defense, that
Yo.
don't have shit to do with basketball.
Close
Bro,
enough.
I don't care, bro.
This is a great show. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Tell your friends to watch. If you want to see
Curry's
Doug get
10 times better than Westbrook.
that's cap. But anyways, if you want to see Doug with his nasty takes, y'all know where to find us. And we're also in Clubhouse. Everybody stay black.
I ain't got a